it up. That's something. But you know what's even more unbelievable? A team firing its coach, who's 30-13. Woj bomb breaking. The Milwaukee Bucks dismissed coach Adrian Griffin. Sources tell ESPN. They're second in the East. They're 30-13. Fired. So now he's done. So what's the story behind that? I don't know. I can't speculate. If you're getting ready for work right now, you are not Adrian Griffin or defending anybody because they're allowing 120 a night. However, I'm not saying that's why he got run, but he got run. Now there's more. That's the Woj bomb. Again, breaking. The Milwaukee Bucks dismissed coach Adrian Griffin. Sources tell ESPN. One thing to light your team up when it's 30-13. Quite another to fire the head coach when it's 30-13. Coach Bud's got to be sitting back right now, cackling or not. But right behind that post on the X is a shams bomb of sorts. Quote, Doc Rivers has emerged as a serious candidate to become the Milwaukee Bucks' new head coach. Sources tell at The Athletic at Stadium. So Griffin is out, and reportedly Doc is a serious candidate. And by serious candidate, should we assume shoo-in if you're firing that guy? With limited other options in season. Obviously, the Bucks are in it to win it right now. They must think they can't win it with Griffin. Yeah, but what happens? I have a question. Okay, you can't win it with Griffin. And you're in it to win it right now. What happens if you hire Doc and you get up on somebody 3-1? Are you going to fire him? And that'd be the ultimate Woj bomb.
That is like the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It's like the funniest thing I've ever heard, Doc. What if you get that job? Dude, talk about stepping into a nice situation. Imagine Doc. What if he does get that job? What if they get to the Eastern Conference Finals? What if he gets up 3-1 and they fire him? Hey, Doc, what choice do we have? You're up 3-1. We know what happens when you get up 3-1.
Whether you like it or not.
And then who do you replace him? Who do you replace him to coach Game 5 at that point? That's when you bring Bud back. My man, Coach Bud. That is wild. Really wild.
What a hell of a coaching job.
I mean, the whole thing is just so weird. Like, Terry Stotts didn't even make it through camp. Good coach. They've got a championship caliber roster. How about a Doc-led Bucks team playing the Sixers? How awesome would that be? A Nick Nurse-led Sixers team against a Doc-led Bucks team. I'll tell you what, I'm starting to like the NBA regular season. If we're going to get this kind of drama, that is wild. Now we are done, but more to talk about tomorrow.
Now I'm done.
I'd consider that a real good day. Well, not for Griffin. 1-800-636-8686. Do me a favor, write that down. So when we roll out tomorrow, you're ready to go. Hit the ground running. My thanks to Dan Wojcicki, did a great job. That was hour number 1. Glover Quinn also coming in today. Actually, we have a huge day tomorrow. Rick Carlisle, Dan Hurley, and more. Big day tomorrow. My thanks to the XR4 Ti. Doing a great job, y'all. Thank you for listening, clone. See you tomorrow. We're up. Babysitter paid, pizza ordered, flowers delivered, sprinklers set, mattress adjusted, shows recorded, flight booked, shades closed. You can do a lot of things with your phone, and with Blue Link Plus, you can even access your Hyundai Tucson Limited remotely. Doors unlocked, temperature set, lost car found. Get complimentary, class-leading Blue Link Plus. Just another way we make owning a Hyundai Tucson Limited more convenient than ever. Learn more about the new Tucson and Blue Link Plus. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
The new year is here. Time for change. Start a recession-resistant new career in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, and AI with My Computer Career in just months. Already in IT? Build your cybersecurity skills and prep for thousands of open positions employers nationwide are desperate to fill. Attend classes live online or on campus. Make this your year. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. That's mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure to have the best and comfortable shoes with a stop at Fleet Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Fleet Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet, we run for you.
North Carolina State Parks invites you to enjoy camping your way. With the weather changing, booking your own cabin is the perfect solution for your camping getaway. Reserve campsites or cabins today at Jones Lake, Goose Creek, and Cliffs of the Neuse. Whether you enjoy traditional camping or air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi, your next adventure can include hiking, beautiful scenery, and sunsets by the campfire. For information on booking a cabin, visit ncparks.gov.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com. Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, this is State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer right here in Greenville. We can switch your auto and home insurance so you can start saving today. My team and I are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Timothy Sawyer State Farm, it's easy to switch and save. Just give us a call, 493-0002. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Familia is your go-to spot for the best Italian dishes around, including pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts.
That's Familia.
Enjoy half-off wine night on Wednesdays, $3 drafts on Thursdays, or get a pizza of the week for just $12.
That's Familia.
Place your order online or call 689-6330, and Familia will have your order ready in their drive-thru window for pickup.
That's Familia.
Clip, really?
Oh, sorry.
Familia on Fire Tower Road in Winterville near Pitt Community College.
Okay, honey, did you get those things done that I asked you to do?
Yes, dear.
Really? You cleaned the gutters?
Yes, dear.
And replaced our HVAC system?
Yes, dear. Doing it right now.
Really?
I called Delcor. They got us a brand new HVAC unit for just $120 a month. And for only $30 more a month, we got the Delcor service plan that covers preventative maintenance and repairs for 10 years.
Go to DelcorInc.com for a new HVAC system from Trane. It's hard to stop stop a train. Delcor, the service professionals.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's hot dogs.
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's hot dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's hot dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
How's everybody doing?
Clip. Hey, man, good to see you, brother.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
Ahí estaba, en el centro. Hoyo de Gloria.
Have you scanned your MVP card?
Breakfast was 3 eggs, scrambled light with grits and extra crispy bacon.
Clip, what's up? It's Bryce.
I know, Clip, the people are looking for you to sprinkle your magic fairy dust on this whole thing and make it all better.
Let's get to that conversation now. Here is that.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here inside the friendly confines of the Pirate Radio studios. Big show on tap today. A lot of guests to get to on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930. Online, pr927fm.com. And we'd love for you to come hang out on Facebook Live and YouTube. We are there, Pirate Radio TV. We've got all of the interviews up from 2024 ECU Baseball Media Day. So if you want to hear what Cliff Godwin, Jeff Palumbo, Austin Knight, Jacob Jenkins Coward, Justin Wilcoxon, Jacob Starling, Treya Savage, Zach Root, and Danny Beal had to say, all you got to do is go to Pirate Radio TV. You can see those interviews in full from Monday. And we are live right now on YouTube and Facebook Live. Come hang out with us on this 3-hour tour. Coming up on today's show, the Mully Man will join us, I believe, via the Pirate Radio Live line. We'll talk about his Packers being game on a Saturday night, but falling to the San Francisco 49ers. We'll talk some baseball and more with the Mully Man in hour number 2. Hour 3, we are packed. We got Bryce Williams in studio. We got the captain, Shane Carden, going to join us. He's fired up about what ECU has done this offseason, adding talent, especially to the offensive side. So we'll talk to the captain and Bryce about that. Also, a couple of Pirate pitchers, the aforementioned DB, Danny Beal, and Wyatt Lunsford-Shinkman will join us on the show as they get ready for the baseball season coming up in February. So we got that. We got a slew of ECU's best and brightest. The interns are here. Alex Harper, Zach Delaney, and also Shirley Rhodes producing today's program. Sean is to my left. Hello, Chandler.
Hello, Clipper.
And HT to you, MF. And Coach Mack is back. Mack McCarthy in the house in his own little corner of the table that Chandler has allotted him. Hello, Coach Mack.
It's getting smaller over here. It's okay, and I'm going to tape it off pretty soon, and it's shrinking, but hopefully my presence on the show remains large.
How you doing over there? You doing all right?
And look what he's doing now. He's all in my area.
Territorial Chandler over here.
His elbow is in my face. His phone's over here. Is this your table?
Well, he's used to getting wide as a long snapper.
Yeah.
Speaking of long snappers, Alex Harper is here, and Alex,
I'm a current long snapper.
This is not a pile on. This is more of just a do this moving forward. You got Shane Carden spelled right. Well done. Coach Mack has a K on the end. Now, how are you to know that? Maybe you could have Googled Mack McCarthy. That would have been, that actually would have been pretty easy. But somebody could have said, hey, put a K on the end of Coach Mack. Moving forward, add the K. That's it.
We can talk about it later. Time to go to break.
All good? All right. He said yeah, but it wasn't on mic.
It reminds me of the Billy Madison scene where he says, spell rock, and he says R-O-K, and they say R-O-C-K.
C-K. Coach Mack, are you offended?
Not at all.
All right, good. He's good to go. All right, Steve, Jamie, Tyler, and crew hanging out with the Chad gang. Steve has more Chandler big head jokes. He said Chandler's favorite band is the Talking Heads. His favorite movie is Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. What did Chandler's hat say to his head? I think we need some space. There you go. If you got any great head jokes for Chandler, please get them in. Coach Mack, last week I asked you, did you watch the NFL playoffs? You said you tried, but every time you turned the game on, it was out of hand. Wasn't a good. Now, if you flipped over this weekend, you saw a close, good ball game. So how many did you watch?
That
didn't sound good.
Let's see. I saw a little Detroit. I saw a little Baltimore. Saw a little Kansas City. Saw none of San Francisco. I don't know what happened there.
That was Saturday night. You were probably watching a good show or something.
Or a good game.
Yeah,
good
basketball game. How many games did you do last week since we've last talked to you? How many did you call?
Just one.
Just one.
Just one.
And that was?
Virginia Tech women at Duke, which didn't go well for the Virginia Tech women. They got ahead 13-0, and I don't think they scored again the rest of the game. They went from number 14 to number 19, still in the top 20, but they bounced back and had a good win the next day. And then I've got them to Thursday night against Georgia Tech in Blacksburg.
All right. So Coach Mack will be back on the road. Great to have you in studio again.
Yeah, I think I may make it next week.
This is great.
Yeah,
I was a little worried.
Keep the streak alive.
Yeah. Even with the shrinking space, it's fine.
And I had a little bit of the sports depression last night. No football game on. No national championship. No Monday Night Football. No Super Wild Card. So we're starting to get there. This
couple
Sunday,
basketball games. I mean, I know you're sort of a basketball fan.
Oh, I'm a huge basketball fan.
I think you're a basketball game fan, just being at the game. I think that's your thing.
I love being at the game, although, boy, I've got a dilemma this Sunday. Am I a true Pirate? Am I a true live basketball fan? Or
what do we got? What's the conflict?
Well, you've got
Championship Sunday,
the final multi-game Sunday of the NFL season.
And we have scheduled a basketball game during that?
5 o'clock.
My goodness, right in the dang.
Right smack dab in the middle.
It's going to be like halftime, third quarter of Chiefs and Ravens.
Maybe they'll put it on the big screen and let the game go on.
Why are they putting the dog up during free throws?
I don't get that. I've asked that question.
Zach, you're a maniac.
Do you know?
Why are they doing that?
We do it because the cheer coaches requested that we bark at them during the free throws.
Okay.
Bark.
So the cheer team tried it, and they got told
Zach,
no.
Zach got some airtime.
A little bit.
I saw it. I saw him on TV.
Oh, yeah. He's in the middle of everything.
Yeah,
he's out there. Wait, so whose original idea was it?
As far as I can tell, the cheer team.
Then the cheer team is not allowed to do it now?
Yeah, they got a slap on the wrist, told no, and came over to us and asked us to do it.
Okay.
So we did it for them. Tried.
Yeah. All right. I was just curious.
Yeah.
But there's a few things I'm curious about in there. How do you feel about make some noise?
I cannot stand it.
All right.
Oh, my Lord.
I'm with you.
I was going to say, would you rather hear that instead?
I think I would rather hear boom, boom, boom randomly than somebody scream. And nobody does anything.
Nope, we are dead silent every time.
But
what clip is that from?
From every rock jams, whatever.
Okay, I thought maybe it was from a movie or something.
No, it's just like generic DJ stuff. And I like the DJ. Don't get freaked out there. I'm not just being a curmudgeon. I like the music being played. But make some noise, somebody scream is a little...
The women's DJ does better, in my opinion. He is much better.
That was Zach, not me.
I don't know if it's the same guy every game, but the music is always better at women's games.
Now, the game we went to, it was the same dude.
Yes.
For the South Carolina game.
The last game I went to, the UAB women's game, that was a different guy. And he was good.
Okay. All right. Well, again, this is Zach talking, not me.
Yep.
Send your emails.
All this game talk brings up my first question of the day.
Fantastic.
I mean, we'll get to all the questions, but because this one was further down the line, but because you brought it up, you posted, and I know that we're all caught up in whatever has happened recently. Some people like in the last 2 days, some people the last 2 weeks, some people the last 2 years.
You're going to bring up something I posted?
I'm bringing up something
This is dangerous. I don't like this.
Because your quote was, "I've never seen Minji's Coliseum like this ever."
Oh, yeah. That was, did you not get the sarcasm in that one?
No, you have been talking about how lit the place was, or whatever the word was.
Did you play the clip? It was Shirley. Give me some boom, boom, boom. They hit boom, boom, boom before the game, which I had a major issue with last year, which they finally took out, but they hit it before the game, and nobody was responding to it. So Coach
that
Mack,
was your sarcasm.
Complete sarcasm there.
Wonderful, because I was going to question your memory.
Yes, that was sarcasm. But later on that night, Minji's was alive, which you can quote me on that as well. Boy, I was scared, though, when you said you were going to quote me on something. You should do that every week. Just pull up one of the dumbest things I say.
What did Clip say that I can't believe this week? We could sell that.
Yeah.
Sean?
That segment? Yes, we can. Yeah. Absolutely.
No, good question. And not everybody. Sarcasm's kind of the lowest form of humor, I guess. And I'm guilty of that quite often.
Well, it's hard to read sarcasm in a tweet sometimes.
Yeah, no doubt. But
they need a font. It needs its own font.
True. If you click on the video, you would have seen that it was not a rowdy atmosphere while they were playing Boom Boom Boom. But I don't want to be so dang negative. I want to be positive. And that game ended negatively.
Yeah.
Well, real quick on that, Coach. So,
did you disagree with the final call? Is that what you're saying?
Well, he definitely pushed off.
Yeah,
no doubt about that. But we could have played it a lot better. Certainly.
In the Hail Mary, does it happen every time?
That they don't call a we had Greg Hudson here.
It's like a Hail Mary in football.
Former football coach that told his guys to just mug them on Hail Marys. They're not going to call it. Y'all ask you, is it the same in basketball? You don't see fouls called a lot in that situation.
Yeah.
Now, that is a scramble play. There's no timeout called. I would like to ask Mike Schwartz. I thought about this week, like when we have Mike Schwartz on at the end of the season or before next season, to just keep a log of questions all year long that I want to ask him about particular games. But if they had a timeout in that situation after RJ makes a prayer, do you call it if you're on defense then, or do you let the play go? You know what I'm saying? So there was
you talking about should ECU have called a timeout?
Right. If they had one available.
It 100% depends on how much trust you have in your decision makers.
And in that situation particularly, what to do.
Yeah, and it's the same thing going the other way. If you offensively, assuming you have a timeout, if you've got veteran guards, you probably don't call a timeout. If you don't, then maybe you want to tell them exactly what to do.
Yeah, so I guess if you are the defense in that situation, Brandon Johnson should have been behind the player rather than fronting him. If in a perfect world,
no, not necessarily.
You think it was just executed?
Yeah,
well,
it was executed well. Although once he got that high, then you did have the possibility of being able to throw it over. But no, I don't think he played it. Somebody brought up the fact that there wasn't anybody on the ball.
Right.
That's a legitimate complaint.
Okay.
And I made that decision one time in a championship game, and it ended up costing us a shot at the buzzer. We didn't put a guy on the ball. Either throwing it to mid-court and they called a timeout, and then we took the guy off the ball again in the half court, and we took away the first three options, and the fourth option beat us. But in the end, it looked like we did the wrong thing, and I don't know that I'd change it even today. And that was in 1985, before you were born.
And Schwartz I was 4, ish. Schwartz after the game said, we didn't want to just all sit back and allow a guy to dribble up and get a decent look. Because there was time for that.
Their guard had...
What was the time?
3.2 seconds.
Yeah.
You got time to catch it and
get down the court
make
and
a little move.
Get a shot up.
So, man, those little moments, though, I believe after the game, North Texas said that they prepare for that situation. I got to assume we prepare defensively, but how much do you practice? I mean, you try to practice for every situation.
Yeah,
that's got to be difficult, though, right?
It really is. You know, we played 1 minute, 2 minute games, and that way they all happen kind of organically rather than say,
so you get,
okay, there's 2.1 seconds left. You've got the ball on the side out of bounds.
Yeah.
You know, rather than set them up like that, you try to let them happen organically, but you can't get to every single one of them. And you know, also, in what context of the game did you make a comeback? Were you leading the whole time? You know, it depends on a lot of different things on how you do that.
Mac McCarthy joining us. Jamie says, I didn't complain. No one on the ball. Just that if you're not guarding the inbounds guy, you can't let a full court heave for a layup. 5-on-4 at that point. No excuse. Yeah, we had a guy. So Brandon was kind of fronting the guy. Got pushed. Dude caught the ball. We had another guy over there, but didn't really get a good contest on the layup.
No, and by the time he caught the basketball, he was in perfect position to put a shot up off the backboard.
Inbounder made a perfect pass.
I mean, it was on the money.
Yeah, what are the odds of that too? And you also, you're telling your guys, do not foul in any circumstances too. So they're a little bit tentative to make an aggressive play.
Well, Coach Mack, I like the you said you practiced 1 and 2 minute games to see what situations would arise to give those guys a look at it. East Carolina now, by my math, has been in 10 games this year where it's been anybody's game in the final 3.5-4 minutes after the last media timeout. 3-7 record in those games.
Yeah.
So
and that turns your whole season around.
Yeah. Yeah. Think about if you won those games and where you'd be right now. So.
Yeah, it flip flops. We had that every single year, but we had a year where we won 7 overtime games. Well, it completely made us look like we had a great team, but we really didn't have a great team.
Mac McCarthy's here. Paige says I'm here for Coach Mack.
I appreciate that, Paige.
I guess she'll be heading out at 4:00, but appreciate you watching hour 1. Kenny says, no choice at all for Sunday. It's NFL football because it's almost over. Plus, the Pirates will just piss me off losing the game in the last 4 minutes. Wow, Kenny Curling's not a true Pirate.
We saw a stat yesterday from Johnny Stats. He said the Pirates have been outscored 57-38 in the final 5 minutes of conference games this year.
Johnny Stats
to consider.
Bringing it.
You know that, and I hear the complaint, and I understand that things could go the other way. But think about this. Think how many seasons of ECU basketball have you seen?
Too many.
Yeah, I know. I mean, seriously, when you started watching and you paying attention to every single game.
So
20, 25?
Yeah, we're at 20, and then it was a little less than that. But like I went to games in the 90s.
Yeah.
People know this. I grew up a fan of an in-state team, ACC team.
Just say it.
Like everybody did, North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's one of my questions.
And by the time I went to East Carolina, I was like, this is weird.
Meador was the same way.
Yeah. I mean, everybody was. Chandler was a huge Wolfpack guy and still is.
No, I wasn't.
You still are.
I'm not.
Okay.
But in those, let's say 20 years.
Yeah.
Let's say 20 years. How many times in those 20 years has the team been competitive in almost every single game, regardless of the opponent?
Not many.
None. Yeah. 0. This has been the most competitive team in terms of being have a chance to win in almost every single game.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I know that we can beat anybody on the schedule. I know that we can lose to anyone on the schedule.
Yeah, and being like that, being so close to being good, I'm sure it drives everybody crazy. It doesn't drive anybody crazier than Coach Schwartz.
Johnny Stats is back, Shirley. Can I get another stat to consider?
Stats to consider.
Johnny Stats, Johnny Robertson on Facebook says, in the last 5 games, Ezra has made 32 free throws. The rest of the Pirates have combined to make 26. A couple of things there. First of all, Ezra's hitting his free throws. That's good. But he is so dang quick to get from corner to the basket or top of the key to the basket, blows by his guy, sometimes has trouble finishing.
Yeah.
But is
hanging onto the basketball.
Very good at getting fouled, and that is good because that he's making his free throws now because he goes to the line a lot. Good stat, Johnny Stats. All right. Coach Mack, if Chandler and I... Steve, you're asking the question. Steve, when can we get on the court? You said we could get on. Give me a date. Give me a day. And we'll see if it works. Coach Mack, if Chandler and I played one-on-one, play by one, threes count as twos, game goes to 11, who do you think wins?
What is the foul situation?
That's a great question, because if we do have fouls and free throws...
That's a foul.
I would also like to throw in a second question.
Can
Coach.
we answer the first one first?
Sure.
Thank you.
Jesus.
Are we shooting free throws?
Sure.
No.
Nah, probably no free throws. Yeah.
So no fouls are called.
Yeah, we're yeah.
And are you doing make it, take it?
Well,
no. Good question. No, make it, take it.
Just the honor code, like.
Yeah, if you get hacked,
it's like, all right.
Yeah, Chandler and I have integrity, right?
I'll do that was me. That was me.
Make a pick, Coach.
Oh, it's easy. Clip.
Okay, second question.
Wow, I want to hear more about that.
Okay.
If I were to go head-to-head with either one of these guys, who wins?
Oh, that's easy. Yeah, that's easy. No, the only way that would even be competitive is if Clip had limited timeouts.
That is true. That is my biggest thing, Coach. I think for the first 3 minutes, I'm going to look like a pretty good eighth man on the court.
Yeah. What are we playing, 2?
11.
11?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Make it 5, and I'll take you in a lock.
There you go. That's exactly what I said. Once we get to that second half of the game, I am dead. D-E-D, dead. Steve says, what time and days don't work for you, and do I have to provide Sean with a headband? Yeah, try the St. Louis Arch.
Wow.
Let's take a break on that one. Did you like the way I said it? It was kind of like Dennis Miller. You don't know who that is. The St. Louis Arch. The over-emphasis arch.
Yeah.
You like it? Who's your favorite comedian, Coach?
Right now, Nate Bargatze.
All right. You've seen him live, correct?
I and know his uncle.
Tyler said Clip got to get his breathing treatment in. What would that be? Can you rent an oxygen tank? I'm going to be like Linville Joseph.
They have bottles of oxygen that they sell somewhere at a store. It's like pressurized oxygen that you can actually get, like at a sports store. You can get those.
All right.
People walk into the gym and to watch the game, and Clip's already over there with the oxygen mask, and they're like, "Oh man, what's the score?" And they're like, "He just got done warming up."
We just did a layup line. I need that. I need an IV. I need a full team of doctors, and damn it, I'm going to get a win. All right, we'll take a break. More with Coach Mack. He's got questions. I've got a couple of questions for Coach Mack. More to go. Pirate Radio Live with the intern crew, Shirley, Sean, myself, and Mack. Back with you after this.
Basketball season is Bud Light season. Bud Light is America's favorite light beer and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. Whether you're headed to watch a game in person or a viewing party with friends, be sure to pick up or order some Bud Light and enjoy the game. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there's fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Have fun this basketball season, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game, and please drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Go Pirates!
This is Holt Nailers for my friends at Anson Belts, the belts that I wear. Go to ansonbelt.com to find micro-adjustable holeless belts with over 30 plus options of a 1/4 inch apart instead of your typical 5 holes 1 inch apart, always giving you the perfect fit every time. If your waist fluctuates, Anson Belt is great because you can always find the perfect fit any time of the year. ansonbelt.com, over 10,000 combinations to choose from, a belt for every occasion, and the official belt of the Holt Nailers Show.
This is Dr. Phil Perdue from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owner's insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
The brunch is back. The famous brunch buffet at Fifth Street Hardware has a variety of breakfast and lunch items from 10:30 to 2, including an omelet station and prime rib, and a special Sunday cocktail menu, including mimosa flights. Don't forget, Fifth Street Hardware has lunch specials every day, along with over 40 beers on tap. Trivia Wednesday, live music every Thursday night, and a late-night menu through the weekend. Visit FifthStreetHardware.com or give them a follow on Facebook and Instagram for a weekly lineup and more. Go Pirates!
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank that's in your corner when you need them. This is Chris Richards from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Ashley Capps, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business, come and see one of our experienced team members at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Member FDIC.
I'm Donald Stocks, owner of PIP Marketing Signs Print. We are your one-stop shop for just about anything printed. If we're not your go-to printer, please give us a call at 355-1636. We have over 80 5-star Google reviews and want you to be our next more than satisfied and well-pleased customer. Check us out at growitpip.com or stop in to see us at 3185 Mosley Drive in Greenville. PIP, where business goes to grow.
The Holton Ehlers Show.
ECU legend HB3 joining us. You got a lot going on with Liv in your golf career, and obviously your son Liam. What brings you back to ECU to make you want to give back?
Oh man, it's easy. The people. I had an awesome coach. I just was really big about, I think, how much it changed my life. Like the things that have happened in my life, I don't know if they would have happened, without going to ECU.
The Holton Ehlers Show, Thursdays and Fridays at 6, and available now on the Pirate Radio podcast channel.
This is Ryan McChrystal from ECU Baseball, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Some people call me the Space Cowboy. Yeah. Some call me the Gangster of Love.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Brown & Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina since 1937. Shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com, or you can visit them on Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, Greenville's #1 dealership and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Tender. Oh, she's dead. Back with you. All right, Chandler.
Oh, I heard tender and dating. So what are you guys talking about?
Oh, no, that's just Chandler's accent. He said the word dead.
Oh, it sounded like dating.
I'll tell you what you're talking about. I'll be honest.
Be honest.
The Panthers are hiring some guest underwear model as their head coach, potentially.
It's not official.
No. The offensive coordinator from the Bucks. Handsome fella. And I saw that somebody on Twitter said David Tepper's wife, what was her name?
Nicole Tepper.
Nicole Tepper liked that hire. And
she was impressed with the second interview.
So I Googled Nicole Tepper to see what she looked like. And turns out a billionaire's wife is an attractive lady.
Yeah.
Who would have figured it? So I said, I want to see a billionaire that just has a an ugly wife. Like, I think that would be nice. That would be heartwarming to me. Has it ever happened? Let us know. All right. Sorry, Mac. You had to be a part of that. Let's get back to your questions.
Okay.
Do you have more basketball questions?
I've got some basketball. I've got a bunch of basketball questions, but or they're sports related, but mostly basketball. Post game stuff. We didn't get to do this last week, I don't think. But Rodney Terry and Horns Down. Your thoughts?
It's a cult over there.
First of all, when Texas came here for the Super Regional in baseball, I could not believe that they are more delusional and more, it's their world and nobody else is acting than North Carolina, like than Tar Heels or anybody that I've ever seen associated with college sports. They were upset. They were singing some dumb song.
Eyes of Texas.
I know it's called the Eyes of Texas. I call it the Guys from Texas to make fun of them. They were singing this song before the game with their fans, and ECU started doing a purple gold chant. And oh my God, people on social media acted like we were
interrupting the national
pulling
anthem.
out our butts, like mooning the American flag during the national anthem.
You would have thought it was Joe Buck when he saw Randy Moss moon the crowd.
Somebody deleted the tweet, but it was, they basically compared themselves to like a military service, and their song, The Eyes of Texas, is like the national anthem, and we should all be quiet and acknowledge it. So that's the headspace they're coming from at all times. So when I saw this Rodney Terry thing, it didn't shock me like it did a lot of people because I've seen it firsthand, but it was absolutely ridiculous because from what I saw from Tyler Feldman, formerly of WITN, now in Texas covering it, UCF was celebrating with themselves, kind of in a huddle, doing horns down. They were not directing it at fans or their players from what I saw. And then Rodney Terry started chastising them, cussing at them, telling them they are classless.
As he's going down the handshake line.
And then doubled down post-game and said some dumb crap about, we expect to win, we don't hope to win. This was coming off their third loss in 4 games. Maybe they should start hoping for a damn win instead of expecting to win. So I thought Rodney Terry looked like a moron. Texas fans always look like morons. Horns down, coach, forever.
How do you think the horns down thing is going to go in the SEC?
Awesome.
It's going to be
awesome.
Where they literally cook an alligator before they play Florida.
They're going to have some beavos that they're frying up or whatever. They're going to have to either get less sensitive or just be prepared to lose their minds because it's going to be insane.
I don't know if they realize this, but the more they complain about it, the more it's going to happen.
Yes.
No question about that. And you broached another subject as you were going on your rant, which I enjoyed. Should we have a handshake line?
Yes, I believe so.
You go there and you tell your guys they're the enemy, beat the hell out of them, now go shake their hand.
Yeah.
It's been going on for forever, and it's a sign of sportsmanship.
I think you should. It is kind of although not always. There are guys that really respect each other, that played against each other, they're friends or whatever, and even enemies on the court that shake it out, and we all kind of get heartworms.
Man, might want to get some medicine.
Heartwarmed by it.
Okay, I'm changing my pick in the one-on-one game.
What? Just because I can't talk don't mean I can't shoot.
You got heartwarmed.
How many guys couldn't talk, they could shoot, Coach? I'm surprised you're asking that question.
What do you think? Should there be?
No, I am trying to get information.
I say
you
yeah.
You can,
but not in every case. If there are 7 fights during a game, I say, hey guys, we go ahead and call this one off post game. You know what I mean?
Common sense.
More of that.
That would be okay. All right. Caitlin Clark, was she a victim or a villain?
It was an accident. Now, did she say anything after the game?
She did.
She said
Shirley brought that up yesterday. I didn't know that.
She didn't say anything really about the incident other than the fact that she wasn't hurt.
Oh.
But now, didn't she say that they were after her and they tried to get her and it didn't work out or something like that? She said that.
Eric said heartworms. Oh, Clip got that dog in him. Roof, roof. I'm going to be barking at the free throws.
That's how we get off the rails right there.
No, we're back.
I just think the situation was
an accident.
Way out of proportion. It was a total accident. You look at the video, the woman that she ran into was clearly
Whoa. Who ran into who?
It was a accident.
Can they both not run into each other?
Well, you didn't say that. You said the woman that ran into Caitlin. Is what you said.
Well, you could say that Caitlin ran into her.
Yeah, you could.
I think it was more of Caitlin running into her. She wasn't even looking at Caitlin.
She wasn't even paying attention.
Neither one was looking at each other.
But can we talk about this right here? Get off your phone. But can we also talk about the flop job from Caitlin Clark?
Well, that's a natural muscle memory thing because she does that every time.
Because she's in uniform and on a court, so if you get touched, you have to flail.
There is that muscle memory in her game. I can tell you.
If this was anybody else on Iowa, would they have made a big deal about it?
If it was anybody else in women's basketball, would they have made a big deal about it? No. It was a big nothing burger. Hold on, let me hear what she had to say because I got it right here. It's a 30-second clip.
Exit the court as quickly as possible, so I started running, and I was absolutely just hammered by somebody trying to run onto the court and basically blindsided and kind of scary. Could have caused a pretty serious injury.
That was incorrect. That was incorrect.
In her defense, she didn't know that the person, which is probably why she shouldn't have said that, but maybe she thought somebody was going after her intentionally.
Well, she was blindsided, but she was blindsided herself, meaning she was not paying attention either, because you can see from the video she's not even looking.
Neither one are
looking. So it's just a matter of they just collided. They just met at the right point. And so it's nobody's fault. It's an accident, but she made a mountain out of a molehill.
Yep.
And I like Caitlin Clark, but I thought she made way too big of a deal over it. It was an accident. And the fact that she flailed like, somebody had, clipped her kney.
Yeah, she definitely
did that.
Yeah,
she definitely made a big deal out of it.
She literally does that in every game.
Yeah.
Anytime she gets fouled, she does that.
You even called a game with her in it, right?
I did call the Iowa
game. In this situation, at that point in time, she probably hadn't seen a video of it.
That's what I just said.
But I was waiting to see if she would see the video, realize that the woman that she ran into, that whoever ran into, was not paying attention, and then come out and say, I see that this was just an accident, but we haven't seen anything from that.
We can all just move on from it.
I agree.
All right, well, let's move on to the bigger question. Do we need court storming?
That was my two questions were court storm and Rodney Terry, by the way.
Okay.
Do we need it? No. You need oxygen and water. But do we want it? Yes.
Yes.
Relax, Zach.
Zach's like, man.
Do you know what needs and wants are? They're two different things. You don't need to say S that PDB. You don't need. Don't know. Don't even.
Here we go.
I don't know what you're about to say, but I don't know if I'm gonna like it.
We're on radio.
Okay. Well, I mean, I need some wants a lot, and that's one of the wants I need a lot.
Well said.
Boom.
All right.
We need that recording for
this
sure.
Is like every rule or law out there. Like, do we need all these rules and laws? We do, because people take advantage of them and act like morons. Like, Zach has a good head on his shoulders. If he's storming the court after a Pirate buzzer beater win over Memphis, he's doing it to celebrate with his team, to celebrate with his fans, the student section. I'd like to think Zach has enough sense not to run up to a 6'8" guy and say you suck and give him the double bird and incite a riot. I'd like to think that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. We've already rushed the court once this year against Kennesaw. It was a small rush, but we did it.
Yeah,
and we didn't. No players were harmed.
So, and not, no offense, but what in the hell are we doing rushing the court against Kennesaw?
They made a 3/4 court buzzer beater.
Care.
Kennesaw's a good team.
Come on now. I mean,
hey, Grandpa, let us have fun.
I'm all for fun. I'm just thinking, where have we gone? We're going to rush the court against the Kennesaw, formerly the Owls.
Bobby Pettiford hit a shot from beyond half court to win it.
Kennesaw State was in the tournament last year.
I don't care.
And they only have like 5 losses this season.
He doesn't care.
I don't care. They weren't in the top 10. They weren't the top ranked team. They're not the number one
beyond
team.
Half court. It was a miracle.
I want to rush the court, Grandpa. Too damn bad.
To answer your question, we don't need it, but I think it's fine as long as people act the right way.
Okay, if that's your standard, we're going to let them rush the court. Can the home teams not do something to make sure the other team can get off the court safely? Because I mean, like for instance, Tulane beating Memphis the other day. You know, there's some Yahoo out there from Tulane goes up and just shoves one of the Memphis guys.
Exactly. That's what we can't have. That's what we
But
can't.
you're going to have.
But that's
people
the
like
responsibility of someone at the facility, the home team, the away team, whatever it is.
It's the parents. It's video games. It's TV.
AAU basketball.
That's who we blame for all these issues. You got to have yourself. You got to control yourself. What'd you say, Alex?
I said what Coach Mack was talking about how can we protect the players. I said that's a good point because I was actually shoved after the App State game by a App State student.
And you know what? If Alex decks the guy, guess
I'm
what?
wrong. I'm wrong. No, it was a young lady, first of all. So
And
it would be even worse. But I would be wrong.
If Alex decks the lady,
he's in big trouble.
Now, were you shoved or were you Caitlin Clark? Was it an accident?
I think they tried to make it look like an accident, but it seemed purposeful.
Did you call her a dirty name?
No.
Okay.
You thought long and hard there,
Coach Mack. Yes, it would be nice, but so what do we do?
I mean, there are people that practice this and prepare for this. I mean, at West Virginia the other day when they beat Kansas, they had a plan, and they got the players off the court from Kansas without a problem. Players and coaches and support staff, they got them off the court without a problem. But if you're going to allow court storming, you better have a plan to take care of the visiting team.
And there's another situation where there will be no handshake line. Just get them out of there.
Yeah.
You know, lots of fights.
That's why.
Get them out.
That's why I asked that earlier, because that was another point. You wouldn't have Rodney Terry doing that, and you wouldn't have if the court storming is such that you're going to get the team off, you wouldn't have it then either.
Tyler says, did Mack like us rushing the court after ECU beat NC State?
It's not a matter of me liking it or not. It's,
I don't think it really matters to you.
Now, safety. You know, it didn't really matter. It was fun seeing a lot of people happy. Even Clip was happy that night, and that takes a lot.
Now, if it is ruled that court storming is not allowed, it's going to still happen. What are they going to do to stop it? And what is going to be the penalty for the school that does it?
I know. I mean, somebody getting seriously hurt and a lawsuit and all this. That's why we need to be proactive and have a plan in place if you're going to continue to allow it. And if you're not going to allow it, you need to have a plan in place for that too.
It's been happening for a long time now.
Chandler, you've used that argument twice today.
Yeah.
Not everything that's happened over time for a long time, that doesn't mean it's a good thing.
I know.
Okay. I was just making you aware of that.
I just hate change. Could you imagine, you know how they have the highlight reel during March Madness? I want to say at the end of the year. Could you imagine a highlight reel with no court storm?
Yeah, One Shining Moment never has court storms because it's all in the tournament and they're all neutral sites. Blockhead.
I thought they had a highlight reel of the whole season, though.
For One Shining Moment? You're not a sports guy.
No, it's
go to break.
The tournament.
No, I'm talking about. Well, you've seen college basketball highlights where there's court storming in there. Could you imagine not having
One
a court
shining
storm?
moment? Not in One Shining Moment.
I'm not even talking about One Shining Moment. I'm just talking about in a highlight reel for college basketball.
We can talk about it later. Time to go to break.
I mean, I have made Clips so mad that he's walked out the studio. He's already halfway down his cigarette. Man, all right. Sorry I made you guys so mad. But I say don't get rid of court storming. That's my answer. Let's go to break.
People talk about me, baby. Yeah. They say I'm doing it wrong.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
I'm Caleb Stroud, the founder of Stroud's Marine. I grew up on the water and I've loved boating my entire life. In 2012, I decided to give back to the marine community by creating a way for boaters to order pre-owned salvaged marine parts online. Stroud's Marine was born to offer incredible prices and unparalleled customer service. We stand behind every part we sell, and our mission is to save you money and get you back on the water as quickly as possible. Visit StroudsMarine.com today for more information. Stroud's Marine, your best source for salvage outboard parts.
Russell's Clothing is saying Happy New Year to you with savings of 20 to 40% on your favorite men's and women's apparel. For example, all men's nested suits and winter sport coats will be reduced 30%. A beautiful collection of ladies' dresses reduced 40%. Take note, all Barber outerwear for ladies and men's reduced 20%. Celebrate 41 years with Russell's and save big. The winter sale at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington, where it's all about you, our pirate friends and customers.
Pizza, subs, slice, ice.
Jenny, what are you doing?
Just letting the Pirate Nation know that Cucinella's has 2 locations. One in downtown Greenville across from Sub Dogs, and now in Midtown Greenville beside Best Buy. Did you know Cucinella's is open every day with $6 lunch specials, slices all day, beer, wine, and their famous homemade gelato? Cucinella's in downtown Greenville, and now their new location next to Best Buy. Go Pirates!
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Familia is your go-to spot for the best Italian dishes around, including pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts.
That's Familia.
Enjoy half-off wine night on Wednesdays, $3 drafts on Thursdays, or get a pizza of the week for just $12.
That's Familia.
Place your order online or call 689-6330, and Familia will have your order ready in their drive-thru window for pickup.
That's Familia.
Clip, really?
Oh, sorry.
Familia on Fire Tower Road in Winterville near Pitt Community College.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
This is Parker Bird from ECU Baseball, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Caleb Stroud of Stroud's Marine grew up in the water and has loved boating his entire life. That's why in 2012 he decided to give back to the marine community by creating a way for boaters to order pre-owned salvaged marine parts online. Stroud Marine was born to offer incredible prices and unparalleled customer service. Their mission is to save you money and get you back out on the water as quickly as possible. Visit StroudsMarine.com today for more information. Strouds Marine, your best source for salvaged outboard parts. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Kenny says, why don't we rush the baseball field after a huge win? Could you imagine the jungle pouring over the outfield wall?
Oh, if we wind up going to Omaha and we win a super regional at Clark LeClaire, you best believe that's going to happen.
God. We were going to Game 3 of Texas before.
Game 2.
Game 2.
Jacob Starling, if that home run would have been a game winner instead of a game tire, I think the field gets rushed at that point.
That game I was actually with Ellerby's mom up in the stands. We would have rushed the field. Both of us.
Nice name drop.
Yep.
What was I going to say? Oh, basketball's great because the court is, small and there's not a lot of ground to cover, so it just immediately gets filled. Baseball, it's a lot of room there. It wouldn't look as visually pleasing, but it would be fun. All right.
A fan dog pile.
That would lead to some injuries.
All right, next question.
Yes, sir.
We're going to stay on the same subject. Pittsburgh's Blake Henson jumping on the scores table and taunting the crazies.
Yeah.
Fair game or not?
Nah. Look, if anybody that chooses to celebrate is either going to look cool or look like an idiot. Like, I think the jumping on the scores table thing has been overdone at this point. So, I mean, what are you asking? Should he be should he have a penalty or?
I mean, the full range. What, is he a hero? Is he a bum? Is he? Should he have a penalty?
No, but I don't know. Like, it's been overdone. It's fine.
Usually, it's your home scores table.
Yeah,
I don't know about jumping on the visitors in front of the camera and crazies. I've never seen that done.
Coach K would have lost his mind.
Yeah, he would have apologized.
He's gone through the handshake line and told players how to act before. He would have definitely told that guy how to act.
That's
properly.
Taunting. To me, that's taunting.
Yeah.
You're getting up there. Now, if it's your home court and that's your table that you're jumping up on, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But if you're an opposing team and you went on a visitor court and you jump up, I have a problem with that.
I like taunting, especially in professional sports, especially in football. Guy hits a guy. I like when he gets in his face and said, I just knocked your ass on the ground.
To me, that's now taunting in that respect, that's your job. That is your livelihood, is to play football. You're a professional football player. But like on the college ranks, I have a problem with it because to me, that's just a different level.
Chad said Clip sounds like an old man. Let the kids have fun. What did I say? I didn't say you should get a penalty. I said it's been overdone. I've seen a million guys do it. Whatever, go do it. Jack said Vance Jackson got on our scores table. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember making a tweet about Vance Jackson's rear end being right in Jeff Charles's face.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
After a game. R.I.P. voice. So I'm just kind of on that.
It could have led to something bad.
So what? So if you're saying that somebody physically assaults him because he did that, that's on the person that physically assaults him. That's
I understand.
Not on him.
I'm not saying it would have been right. I'm just saying, you're up there, all these kids are wound up. I don't think there's a lot of drinking in Cameron, but I guess there is some probably. I'm thinking more of that from a football perspective if you taunt the crowd there. But yeah, I don't know the answer. I'm just throwing it out there.
Chad said, how about the state players double birds to the ref? Chad, we did that show 2 weeks ago. Check the archives.
What did you come away with?
I thought he should be suspended or have a penalty.
And the Alabama coach shoving another player?
That was all in the same conversation.
And they should both be suspended?
Did he get a game?
He got a letter of reprimand.
Yeah. So the next night at Minji's,
is nothing.
The next night at Minji's, when I disagree with a call, I was yelling from the top, "Hey, RJ, give the ref the finger. You can't get in trouble." Nothing will happen. Do it. But nobody would do it, Coach.
Okay.
If there's not a penalty, then.
So there should have been a penalty, you're saying? For that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I would say you can't give the finger to the ref during a game.
Yeah.
Without a penalty.
And you certainly can't shove another player.
Can't do that either.
Coach, yeah.
But apparently you can.
Yeah. Yeah, they both got away with it. And they both got reprimanded, which means absolutely nothing.
Thanks, Obama. It's a meme. It's a phrase.
Basically, you've done a good job of staying away from any politics, I think. But randomly.
All right, what do we got?
Okay, something that you sent me. I want to know whether and Shirley needs to be in on this. If Shirley, you got to be in on this. Okay,
get in, Shirley. Get in the huddle. Huddle up.
Sorry.
We have a drive-through question.
Yes, fire away.
Because of a clip. Film that he sent me video.
I sent Mack a clip of I Think You Should Leave Tim Robinson. Y'all young folks watch that on Netflix. I think you should
see.
Maybe a very, very dumb comedy show.
Should you pay it forwards, backwards, whatever you say?
In the
drive-through.
Yes.
Okay, so...
Well, let's set it up, Coach. So the person ahead of you...
That was an extreme situation, what he did.
No, I know, but usually... Are you saying, should we start one? Or are you saying, should we continue one?
Both are questions.
Okay, so my question... Okay, so here's how I handle that situation, because I've actually been in this situation where someone paid for my meal ahead of me.
Right.
I pulled up. I was informed of such. And I was like, oh, that is a nice gesture. How much is the order behind me? If it's a reasonable amount, I will pay it forward. If it is like $30,
55 burgers, 55 fries.
Yeah, I'll be like, nah, I'll pass, and it stops there.
I don't have anything to add to this discussion.
Yeah,
that's a perfect answer.
Well, I was told at a drive-through that they have to tell you what the next order price is.
Well,
Mack really is the drive-through
I don't know if they have to tell you because it's only happened to me.
I was told it was the policy of the company that they had to tell you what it was.
What if you ask for a lawyer? Can they stop it? Is it like an interrogation?
Cease and desist
restraining order?
Yeah. It's only happened to me twice, and only one of the two times where the order was actually more than what I would have paid if I had paid for my own meal, because I was like maybe getting a drink or something. I wasn't getting a whole lot, and but it was still within reason. So I just went ahead and paid it.
I think if it's less than the meal you were going to get to start with, then it's a no-brainer. You do it.
Absolutely. But
if
I mean,
it's more by
if it's reasonable,
$5, do it. 10, we're starting to stretch it. 15 to 20, get the hell out of here.
No.
I'll take my free meal and go. So
no. You
I'd love
pay
to
it
hear
for as far as your bank account will let you.
Have you been in one of these situations?
I have, and I've never gotten burned. I've always gone ahead and paid. But the last couple times, I've been told that they have to tell me what the next price is.
And they did.
Yeah.
Would you do it blindly?
I did.
Russian roulette?
I have done it blindly.
And how'd it go for you?
How much was it?
I've never gotten burned.
Okay.
I've never gotten burned.
I would look in the rear view and see, do I have a mom with 7 kids in a van?
Yeah.
Or do I have a dude solo in his car?
But you could get burnt by somebody buying for the office.
Oh, absolutely. And you also have to make sure that whoever is behind you, if you're going to pay it forward, whoever's behind you, it is exercising proper drive-through etiquette.
100%.
Because
100%.
if you look in your rear view,
door's open,
and there's
then you say nah.
Or if he's driving a truck with a big old trailer behind him,
exactly.
Nope,
all the rules
not happening.
apply.
Mack went through, and the guy before him had his door open and bought Mack's meal, and Mack didn't accept it. He said, "Nope, not from that guy."
Violation.
Shirley
Violation.
looks back and goes, "Nah, I'm good." But he only just got a milkshake. That's it. I don't care.
Nope.
He's got his door open.
Door open. Get him out of here.
All right. Last question.
What do you got?
Well, I want to do something next week because we didn't get to it. But if they form a super league, what's the future for ECU? Put your thinking cap on for that one. All right. Level of interest in the NFL playoffs here: Detroit, San Francisco, Kansas City, Baltimore. You don't have New York teams, LA teams, Texas teams.
I don't care about
You don't
that.
have any of the big, but a lot of people do care about the big market teams. Level of interest in these 4 teams.
I'm at a solid 7.5 out of 10.
I would say a 7.
What would make it more interesting if my team was in it, if Dallas or Philly was in it for me to root against. And that's about it. Who are we missing?
If the Bills finally had a chance to go to the Super Bowl.
Bills, Ravens, Ravens, Chiefs, about the same for me. Honestly, I would have loved a Detroit Green Bay championship. NFC North rivalry. Detroit trying to beat Green Bay to go to a Super Bowl. That would have put me all the way in.
Ford Field would have been a disaster.
I'm less interested in Lions and Niners just because I think the Niners are going to win.
The best video I saw about the Bills kick was the guy with the big screen TV. They're getting ready to kick it, and he brings a big fan in.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Oh, man.
Turns it on, blows it over there.
Coach Mack, fun show.
Good stuff.
I like when you rile me up with your questions. That was good. We'll do it again next week. What games you got this week?
Just this week, only Georgia Tech at Virginia Tech women.
Okay.
On Thursday. That's my only game this week.
And hopefully we'll see you in studio. If not, we'll catch you on the phone next Tuesday.
I'll make every effort to be here. It's so much fun.
We enjoy it, and the folks enjoy you, Coach Mack. We appreciate it, man. We'll take a break, come back. The Mully Man will join us when we return. Pirate Radio Live on a packed Tuesday. Back with you after this.
Time best-selling author, keynote speaker, and global influencer John Gordon is coming to Greenville in March. John was ranked number 6 as one of the top leadership speakers in the world and will be our featured guest at the Pirate Radio Luncheon on Monday, March 18th. Hey, John, tell us more about your upcoming visit.
Hey, Pirate Nation. John Gordon here. I am so excited about coming to Greenville, North Carolina and East Carolina University March 18th, where I'm going to talk about ways to enhance your mindset, improve your leadership, and build a stronger team. We're going to activate the positive competitive advantage together. I hope to see you there. Go Pirates.
Don't miss out on this huge opportunity to enhance your mindset, improve your leadership skills, and create a better future for you and your team. To reserve a table, contact me, Jonathan Ellerby, at ellerby@pirateradio1250.com. We look forward to seeing you in March. Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. It's a great time to buy a used vehicle.
It's not a great time, it's a perfect time to buy a used car from Brown & Wood. We have over 115 used vehicles in stock, and we're number one in the market on price. We have limited lifetime powertrain on all of our used cars under 80,000 miles, so go to brownandwoodauto.com to find out more. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal, to make sure you leave a happy customer.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates in eastern North Carolina. Open 7 days a week with live music, Monday through Wednesday, acoustic night. Thursday, we have line dancing from 7 to 9, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. On Friday and Saturday night, enjoy the best local bands in the area. And don't forget, Sunday Fun Day during football season with NFL jersey giveaways and more. Check out Facebook and Instagram for all up-to-date information and band schedules. Y'all come get bucked up.
Are you struggling with weight loss? It might be 15 pounds or 115 pounds. It seems like losing weight involves too much exercise and not enough food. Well, no more. Semaglutide is an FDA-approved treatment offered by ArcPoint Labs. Dr. John Bruce, a board-certified bariatric surgeon, will consult and oversee your entire weight loss journey. Transform yourself and get ready for the beach next summer. This program is safe, cost-effective, and has a physician oversight. Call ArcPoint Labs today at 514-8049.
Here at Papa John's, we know our stuff.
So try our newest cheesy calzone epic stuffed crust pizza. Made with a blend of ricotta and mozzarella, hand stuffed into that Papa John's fresh, never frozen original dough. Get it for a limited time only at Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates.
There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulf of Mexico. A huge 38-ounce lime margarita for only $8.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Have you heard? Greenville Auto World is under new ownership and is now a part of the DriveHereNow.com network. DriveHereNow.com is run by local people who buy, service, detail, and sell everything directly to you. Greenville Auto World is now the 5th dealership to join DriveHereNow.com. Get car shopping today at DriveHereNow.com and choose a location near you. DriveHereNow.com, serving Eastern North Carolina for over 47 years and a proud supporter of the Pirates. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, you know what I just realized, Chandler?
What's that?
We didn't tell the interns how to answer the phone.
No, we didn't.
The phone started ringing and everybody started panicking. What do we do? A-Harp made a move. Did A-Harp do it? A-Harp got the phone? And it was Mully? Well done. Good job, Alex. Mully man, how you doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Doing good. Happy New Year. Happy birthday. All the happies to you.
Yeah, thank you, pal. I appreciate that.
Good to see a smiling Mully on Saturday. As we talked about on the show yesterday, though, when Ellerby was here, you had kind of, what'd you say, smoked it out? You knew something was up.
Yeah, look, it was still awesome, and it was great to see a bunch of folks. And you got to get up pretty early.
You can't get one past this guy. Mike Mullis joining us. Mully, I was wrong, believe it or not. Second straight time I've been wrong on your Packers, and wish they were playing again because they were fun to watch. Aaron Jones is running like a 22-year-old, and Jordan Love is playing like a 10-year vet, and they come up just short against the 49ers on Saturday, to the point where Mully was upset. I texted him late and said, hey, man, I was wrong. Great effort by the Packers. They were right there. And they played so good, Mully, that you wanted that win. It wasn't just happy to be there. You thought they should have won that game.
Yeah, no, 2 plays. I mean, the drop pick in the first, that from a field possession standpoint, you would expect that would lead to points. And then you had obviously the missed field goal. And I know, that is what it is. But I guess we had 2 41-yard field goals on the weekend dictate the outcome, for 2 different teams. So, look, they were right there. I just, again, coming down the stretch, they were right in the mix of one of those teams that's playing as good as anybody. And, I felt like they played better than the 49ers. I think the 49ers going to have a tough time if they can't get Debo back. But, look, it was an unexpected run, Clip. I mean, we talked about it early in the season. There were times of optimism and times of what are we doing, and they figured it out. And I'm excited about next year and the future of the franchise, as young as the roster is.
Yeah, and you very well should be. Jack Powers joined us last week on the show. He was college teammates with Romeo Dobbs, and says to plan to look out for him on a future episode of the Holt Naylor Show. But him and the young receivers, and again, Aaron Jones, Mully, was almost like, all right, we'll keep you out of the regular season for most of it if you run like a deer in the playoffs. And that's what I loved about the game the other night. I know Debo went out, but you had Christian McCaffrey at 100% running. He's always fun to watch. Aaron Jones at 100%. We got to see the best players at their peak, and usually in the playoffs it comes down to the best teams, but really the most healthy team. So it was good to see that the other night.
Yeah, and I mean, the value of the running back has been somewhat watered down in recent NFL history. But you just gave two great examples, and these guys aren't going to get the contracts they once did. Although McCaffrey's a little more financially stable than Aaron Jones, but I mean, it proves right there if that the value of that running game is the improvement in the passing game for the Packers. And I mean, you're right. They both played great, and it was truly a kind of what you were worried about is it wasn't going to be much of a game. It was truly a great game to watch, and it was funny how many good friends, and most of which are Cowboys fans, wanted to jump on the bandwagon, but it was short-lived, and they probably brought their haint with them.
Talking to the Mully man, Mike Mullis on the Pirate Radio live line. So, Mully, now we get Niners and Lions, and I was really rooting for the Packers because how cool, towards the end of that game, how cool would a Packers at Lions winner goes to the Super Bowl, NFC North rivalry. Lions have been beaten by the Packers so many times over the years. That would have been a great game, but hopefully Lions and Niners is good as well. Brock Purdy is great fodder for sports talk radio and TV as we try to say what he is. Is he a championship quarterback? Is he just there along for the ride with that great O-line and great weapons and great running back? What do you think about Purdy after watching him against your team? Could a number of guys go in and do that with that team, or do you think there's something to Brock Purdy?
Well, I mean, I think the story's kind of been told, right? It was a revolving door. And it seems like everybody that went in had some level of success, except for maybe Trey Lance. So I guess the answer to the question is, yeah, I think the scheme and the system is really, really obviously solid. But I do think having the right guy in the driver's seat is proven to be helpful. He's good. I mean, I think he's a good player. Throws a great ball. Seems to know when kind of throwing it through three different levels, and has a little feel about when to, kind of put a little more on it, or as opposed to kind of go through the top shelf. So, I mean, I think he's legit. I don't know. Maybe I question it a little bit, and maybe it's just me being me. Like I'm like, all right. And I said this coming out of the Cowboys game. I'm like, are the Packers really that good? The Cowboys play that bad? And then I kind of look at that 49ers game, and I'm like, man, because I really felt like they were the class of the whole dance, maybe except for the Ravens, and now I don't see them getting past the Lions.
Man, if it was in Detroit, I would 100% agree with you. I still think the Niners, and I don't know, I've been kind of on them these last few years, had a future on them last year when they had all their quarterbacks leave the game. But I still think they get by them this week. But, man, how about Dan Campbell and that team? They beat the Bucs. I don't know how much we should – and who'd they beat the week before, Chandler? Who'd the Lions beat in the playoffs? Oh, the Rams. That was a great game. So they've had to go through the Rams and the Bucs to get here. But you can't take nothing away from them. You think you like the Lions this week, though?
I tell you what, I think Dan Campbell's the type of coach and the Lions are the type of club that are going to absolutely relish being on the road, limits some of the distractions you have to deal with when you're at your place. He obviously knows that and conveys that as a former passionate player and now obviously a passionate coach. And, I mean, I just think their rally cry right now is pretty strong. I can't put my finger on why I feel this way, but I kind of feel like the 49ers are on their heels a little bit, almost with expectations that it's just going to happen. So, and that's a pretty vulnerable spot to be in if you find yourself where I'm not saying they think they're going to roll the helmets out there and beat them, but they just seem to be a little less driven on the final goal as opposed to Dan Campbell and his crowd. They are just again, man. Who would think other than a Barry Sanders team, man, the Lions are fun to watch, but the Lions are fun to watch.
That they are. Mike Mullis joining us. Mully, the Chiefs have that voodoo now that the Yankees had in the 90s and really before Boston finally ended the curse in 2004. But every game at Yankee Stadium especially, you just knew they were going to pull it out during that Jeter, Bernie, that era, Posada. Mariano Rivera, and then of course the Brady and New England Patriots voodoo. The Chiefs have that now, going to 6 straight AFC championships. They have me now with Taylor Swift and the NFL being rigged. They have me wanting to take the Chiefs to beat the Ravens this week just because of that. Like, it don't matter who Mahomes has at receiver. It don't matter what's going on. They find a way. Impressed. And look, we can count 100 ways Buffalo screwed themselves on Sunday. But, man, here the Chiefs are again. I'm getting sick of them, but that's because they're great. They've been great.
I would say all those things that you just mentioned are the reasons I think they're going to lose, and the first one being the receiver core.
Yeah.
They've had too many big drops. I mean, you just all of a sudden you could just all of a sudden catch the football. I mean, man, and yeah, and again, I'm not so sold that the Bills got beat, but the Bills lost the game. You know what I mean? It's kind of I kind of felt like they handed them that one, and you know, some of that is, you know, the mystique of looking across the field, and you know, you've got that Chiefs team on the other sideline, and that probably tightens up some muscular areas that make it a little difficult to compete at a high level. But I just, man, maybe I'm in the same boat, man, where I'm just kind of, I've got just I'm over chiefed.
Yeah,
you know, just I've just kind of had enough. But I do feel like, and it's funny. I was going to ask you what your take was on all the propaganda that the whole thing's rigged and they got the colors set up and, you know, all this kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, man, I just don't know that I see the Chiefs coming out of there.
Lamar Jackson now 2-3 in playoff games, and kind of trying to write his legacy. If he can beat Mahomes, that'll go a long, long way in his career when we talk about it at the end of it. If the colors line up, it would be Ravens-Niners in the Super Bowl. If it's the Swift conspiracy comes true, it'll be Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Kenny says, hoping for Lions and Chiefs because it would be neat. Do you know why, Chandler? What about that matchup would be neat to end this season? Lions-Chiefs? It started the season on Thursday night.
That's right.
The Lions went to Arrowhead and beat Kansas City. They could end the season if that were to be the matchup. Mike Mullis joining us here on the Pirate Radio Live line. Mully, saw you yesterday at ECU Baseball Media Day. What did you come away with as far as what was being said by the coaches and players yesterday?
First off, I think the culture, which sometimes could be intangible, yesterday was totally tangible, from everything from the guys, you know, doing the cowboy boot thing, those that had them, to the statements that were made, you know, kind of pushing praise off of themselves to their teammates, and those are the kind of things, Clip, that get you over the hump. That you it's not a stolen base, it's not a big strikeout. It's just that intangible culture, and I mean, I will, you know, I'm excited about the season anyway. But I left going, man, this is, I think it has the feeling of something special, and you know that there is freshman talent. There are guys that are just coming into the program that are going to be exciting guys to watch. Bristol Carter obviously is the one that jumps right off the page. Probably one of the best freshmen. I'll say probably one of the best freshman outfielders in all of college baseball, and you got to be excited about, you know, to where Trey Savage is, and I'll tell you, I did go watch him throw on Friday, him and Root both, and Trey has certainly changed mechanically, made some really, really nice adjustments that I think even the average fan's going to look at it and notice. So I think it's going to make you more durable, more consistent, and I mean, he was really, really good. So, I mean, I think there's a lot to be excited about, and the job that the staff has done just continues to kind of amaze, and again, the culture and the atmosphere that Coach Godwin and the entirety of the staff talk about and live is clearly imprinted on those guys. I made the comment to Coach Godwin. I was like, man, these guys that you know, and obviously, you know, kind of range from sophomore and Root to some seniors, but they were all very impressive in their words and the way they carried themselves. And I was my final takeaway was I was extremely impressed.
Mully, you bring in a blue chipper and throw them in like Bristol Carter, and you say, all right, go get us some hits, get out there, make some plays with your athleticism in the outfield. but there is the part of fitting in. And I thought about it yesterday when Jacob Jenkins Cowart was asked about, all right, you played a little center back to right. Now if Carter goes to center, how's that been working? And he kind of paused and chuckled a little bit and said, he's come a long way. And you had Worrell forever out there in center, making plays for you, and you just have a comfort level with guys. And when you bring in a new one, it takes it away. So being a baseball guy yourself, how important? Like, we know about it with football and the O-line. We know about it with basketball and getting to know your teammates and knowing where they are without even, opening your eyes almost. How about for an outfield? How important is that to get continuity out there? And do you think we'll see growing pains? Is that something that'll get better as the season goes along?
You can clearly rep the continuity, right? I mean, they're going to get so many chances in practice and through different drill stations and different things that they'll get through a lot of that. Now, it will change when you fill the stadium up and, you've got the juices flowing. So, I mean, would I expect to see growing pains? I wouldn't expect to see it, but I'm also wouldn't, not going to be demoralized if you do see maybe a little lacking communication. But I will tell you this, when you inject a new player into a lineup, there is a little bit of the kind of eye raising and everybody's kind of trying to figure out what this person's about. I think the reception for Bristol Carter, as soon as they saw his ability and what he's going to bring to the table, I think it becomes a matter of we better embrace him because he's probably going to be our center fielder, and so it behooves us to make this work. And I really think he's that kind of player. So, and look, if you go around the diamond, obviously it looks like Dixon Williams will be at third base, or replacing Makaravich, who's been there forever. But everywhere else is a lot of familiar faces, and a lot of guys that we as fans know and that the staff knows. So, I think I think that breeds that consistency. I will tell you, having watched Carter Cunningham some in the fall and then early in the spring, he's a guy I would really expect some big things from at the plate. I know him at first base is a little bit of a project, and first base is a little more difficult of a position to learn than a lot of people would give it credit for. At the root of it is catch the baseball and step on the bag, but there's a little more to it than that. But you go around. I thought Starling was great yesterday. He's carrying himself in the fashion that you need him to carry himself. He's got that innate leadership, like even as he walks in the room. So again, man, I think they've done everything they need to do up into just facing some competition to really cement this thing.
Mully, I'm jotting down names of who's going to be in this lineup, and so in the outfield it'll be Carter, JC, and then Nowak or Riley Johnson if Johnson's healthy.
Yeah, Coach said yesterday Riley Johnson's still fighting through some injuries, but it's been a tremendous asset, kind of helping to coach these guys. But I think those three are who you see opening day.
Around the horn, starting at first, Cunningham, and then Starling, then Barini, and then we'll say Dixon Williams, Wilcoxon behind the plate, and then you've got a number of guys, McChrystal and others that could be DH. Cliff likes to go a little non-traditional with the leadoff guy. Who's the leadoff guy in this lineup?
We've seen it both ways. I mean, we've seen Nowak in that spot. We've seen JC in that spot.
But could you see like a Cunningham in that spot?
You could, and I'm telling you, Cunningham's. I've been very impressed with what I've seen of him. I think he's got any number of options. And one thing you can rest assured is that whoever is the day one leadoff guy most likely will not be game 56 leadoff guy.
Yeah. Or game 3.
Or game 3, that's right. And it will be based off of who's doing what at what time. And sometimes, man, it's just a matter of you get a fill in BP. Guy really has a great round. He's had a great week of practice, and you're like, hey, let's run him up there and see if he can find his way on base. And again, that spot is not necessarily about that spot is going to get your most ABs in the course of a game, but that spot is about getting on base and giving your team an opportunity to score.
And how about through the years, Mully? The leadoff guy was always Lofton, fast, the center fielder, shortstop, whatever. And now it has gone to, you see Kyle Schwarber leading off. Even for the Braves, Ronald Acuna is a power guy, but he is so fast that you put him at leadoff. So how about the way that's changed, where you've seen it go away from tradition in baseball?
Look, we had this conversation today, and it was more about Ozzie Smith. Could Ozzie Smith play shortstop in today's game? And when you look at, the one that jumps off the page, maybe the first one to break that mold, I would go Cal Ripken, the guy who's not the plus defender necessarily, but gives you elevated defense and elevated opportunity at the plate. So as it goes to that leadoff spot, the guys that you mentioned, maybe they still work in that spot, but maybe they just get a chance there in the 8-9 spot. And some of that depending on American and National League, but it's such a different game clip that you just don't know. The nice thing about that, you can have microwave offense if you've got a guy in the leadoff spot. And your club, the Braves, you see it with them, leadoff home runs, and that sets a tone, especially when you have a pitching staff that's kind of got lockdown ability. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how he rolls them out. And I would say right now, the staff's probably debating 2 or 3 different options, and some of that may come down to the matchup. Does Ryder roll out there day one with a right-hander or a left-hander, and then maybe that dictates some of the path? But I think there's 3 or 4 solid options, kind of depending on how you want to set the table. Nowak to me is interesting. He likes the ball the other way. It's kind of his game. He doesn't try to do too much, and obviously everybody can see that he can really run. Is Starling. Starling to me has a lot of really mature at bats. That's a guy that could work his way on and give you some different looks. And who knows? Does the staff have the love for Bristol Carter to put him in that spot? I don't know, but again, I think a lot of really viable options, and we're going to see that change again, probably from game 1 to game 3, like I said.
Final question will go to Tyler from YouTube. Says, ask Mully who has the most dingers at the end of the year, looking back at last year. Jacob, I'll start with Josh Moylan, had 15, Mack 11, Starman 10. And then, of course, so those top 2 guys gone. Will Coxon had 9, Carter Cunningham had 8. Mully, how about in this lineup? JC, by the way, had 9 as well in limited play and feeling unhealthy for most of that year. Who leads the team in home runs in 2024?
I think the answer to that is can Will Coxon get some relief behind the plate? If McChrystal's back stays healthy, or the young freshman Walker can get back there, I'm drawing a blank on his last name, but if he can get some relief behind the plate and get some ABs purely in the DH role, I like Will Coxon. He's got light tower power, a lot of pop, and I'll give my second pick would be Cunningham, because I'm telling you, I just really like the way he swings the bat. Only thing that scares you about that is you really don't want a guy looking that locked in, and the first pitch hasn't been thrown.
Yeah.
But I really like what I've seen out of him.
Mully, I enjoyed it, man. Appreciate you joining us. We'll check in with you again next week.
Always, buddy.
The Mully Man, Mike Mullis, the birthday boy, joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line on a Tuesday edition of PRL. We'll take a break, come back, and have more for you. Back with you after this.
15-time best-selling author, keynote speaker, and global influencer John Gordon is coming to Greenville in March. John was ranked number 6 as one of the top leadership speakers in the world and will be our featured guest at the Pirate Radio Luncheon on Monday, March 18th. Hey, John, tell us more about your upcoming visit.
Hey, Pirate Nation. John Gordon here. I am so excited about coming to Greenville, North Carolina and East Carolina University March 18th, where I'm going to talk about ways to enhance your mindset, improve your leadership, and build a stronger team. We're going to activate the positive competitive advantage together. I hope to see you there. Go Pirates.
Don't miss out on this huge opportunity to enhance your mindset, improve your leadership skills, and create a better future for you and your team. To reserve a table, contact me, Jonathan Ellerby, at ellerby@pirateradio1250.com. We look forward to seeing you in March.
This is Talbot Green with Integrity Home Mortgage. Are you ready and pre-approved if the home you want to purchase comes for sale today? This is a very important step when trying to purchase a home in the current market. Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of loan programs. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joe M. Weir has over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with the superior customer service you deserve. To get started, call me, Talbot Green, 714-2076.
Talbot Green, NMLS 120331. For informational purposes only. Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender. NMLS 208516.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank that's in your corner when you need them. This is Chris Richards from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Ashley Capps, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business, come and see one of our experienced team members at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Member FDIC.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood, it's a great time to buy a used vehicle.
It's not a great time, it's a perfect time to buy a used car from Brown & Wood. We have over 115 used vehicles in stock, and we're number one in the market on price. We have limited lifetime powertrain on all of our used cars under 80,000 miles, so go to brownandwoodauto.com to find out more. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Basketball season is Bud Light season. Bud Light is America's favorite light beer and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. Whether you're headed to watch a game in person or a viewing party with friends, be sure to pick up or order some Bud Light and enjoy the game. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there's fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Have fun this basketball season, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game, and please drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Go Pirates!
Here's the deal. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you can save an average of $889 per year. Hi, I'm State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer, and I'm ready to help you combine your home and auto and save in Greenville, North Carolina. Call 493-0002 today to get started on your personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure to have the best and comfortable shoes with a stop at Fleet Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Fleet Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet, we run for you.
This is Amanda Houston, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Go Pirates!
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Bud Light reminds Pirate fans to always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right. Coming up next segment, if all the interns agree, we'll start doing some intern games here on Tuesday. But I'm coming up with some trivia. I've got ECU trivia, geography, history, music, movies. I'm going to try to come up with a few more, and we'll see which intern knows their stuff. So we'll do that next segment. Also, coming up a Tuesday soon, we'll do an intern battle of Name That Sound. Shirley Rhodes will be hosting that coming up on a Tuesday here shortly. Speaking of games, we got to do this basketball thing, Sean. Steve is trying to get us a court at Temple Church.
At Temple University?
No, this is Temple off of Fairtire. where I once scored 28 points in that gym in a sanctioned church league basketball game.
Man.
Many, many moons ago.
You're 28 to mine 0.
Yeah, lifetime points scored in that gym. Now, they might have renovated the gym by then.
44 to 0.
It might have been carpeted back then. Is it carpeted or hardwood, Steve? It says, what days of the week and times would you not be available? I mean,
Wednesday for sure.
So I think we might have to do it during the day. Like it might be a day game.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We can do that. Maybe go at noon.
No.
Yeah. Little lunch b-ball.
Yeah.
Can the interns ref?
Yes.
Intern refs, yep.
We need 3 refs for a one-on-one.
Are y'all available during the day? How's your class schedule?
We can make something work, I'm sure.
Where's Zach at? He's not in class today. Oh, he's reffing a one-on-one game over at Temple Church.
Right.
Like 20 years ago, I was in a 3-on-3 league in Greenville at what do they call it? It wasn't Triple Crown. It was one of those places that has a basketball court.
Sports Connection?
Yes.
Off 14th?
So they had just random guys reffing the games. But for one of our games, we had Ramey Steins, who has reffed like tournament games. He's an ACC ref. You always see him at Battle for Atlantis. And I'm like, what is this guy doing here? But it was so fun to be in a game with refs again that we all got teed up. Like, we'd call a timeout, and I'd throw the ball across the court, hit off the backboard just to get teed up. It feels good to get teed up, you know? But if you get a second one, you're out. So you had to behave after that. But it was fun being Rasheed Wallace in a pickup game. Jeremy says Zach better be in class when he has class.
That'd be my dad. That'd be my dad.
Mr. Lewis.
Yep.
Trust me, we will not take away from his studies.
I have an open block. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Squeeze it in.
Zach, by the way, wearing an interesting jersey today, Chandler.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's the first thing I noticed when he walked in. What a sad day in Charlotte. One of probably the most fun players to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Besides LaMelo Ball. I mean,
sad day.
It's not a sad day.
Well,
for people that like Terry Rozier, yeah.
I guess. Obviously, the team is going nowhere.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter.
I actually don't have a problem with this trade.
Me neither.
I think it's going to free up a lot of space and maybe in the future can work out.
I would have preferred for it to happen after the season, at least.
So you can get another full year with him?
Yeah, I expected the trade. Just I would have preferred the season.
But if you're a Hornets fan, you got to do it now. You got to do whatever you can now.
We better use that pick wisely.
Well, don't bet on that.
Exactly.
Don't count on that happening. Shirley, did you ever did you put together something with Eric Collins? Chandler's a big Eric Collins fan.
I am.
I think
I thought you were too, but apparently you're not.
He's a little fake. I feel like he's trying to be Gus Johnson on steroids.
He's been like that since day one.
Oh, yeah. I know. He has.
He's been doing this a long time.
It's his act. He's got to keep up the act. But they're also like the worst team in the league almost, and he's doing this. But anyway, let's hear. So is this from last night? All right, let's hear Eric Collins.
LaMelo gets past Edwards. Shot blocked out at 2. LaMelo Ball from Shakopee. The Hornets have numbers. They can take the lead right here. Yes! The Hornets have come all the way back. The Hornets have come all the way back against the best team in the Western Conference. Brandon, tough chance. Got it! Oh, Brandon Miller! Diddly D! 38? No! Are you kidding? He's never had a free throw as a pro. But he has now! I love Leaky! One more for the kid. 2 beauties! And the Hornets lead by 3! It's going to be Towns, a long one. Never got there! And the Hornets win! Diddly D! That's what I'm talking about! Your Charlotte Hornets come waltzing into the Twin Cities and rip the hearts out of the locals!
And now are 10-31 on the year.
And now imagine that.
Oh,
no! Now imagine that being a series clinching victory.
That would make a lot more sense than what I just heard. We're 21 games under 500. Does he really?
So what do you want him to do? Do you not want him to be this excited? This is how he calls a basketball game.
No, I don't think anybody should be that excited about a team that just went 10-31.
That sounds like a man that loves his job and is really good at his job.
See, I think it's fake. That's my problem. I can't. All that we just heard, I can't imagine that all that is real. There's no way. If so, he is an absolute crazy man. He's
Are you like the Alex Jones of like sports commentators?
What I'm trying to say is he's a gay frog, okay?
Mr. Frog's gay.
One of those plays, I don't even know what the hell happened. He just went,
That was actually when Karl Anthony Towns hit a wide open three, and he just lost his mind.
Thank you for clearing up that, because I had no clue.
Karl Anthony Towns finishing with 62 points in that game.
Was it enough?
No, it was not.
Am I to understand correctly that you don't like court stormings and you don't like exciting PA announcements?
Gosh, Alex, you're about to fire him up. You're about to fire him up.
Oh, he got it!
Alex. Despite your spelling, I like to think of you as a somewhat intelligent person.
Rant coming in 3, 2.
What did you take away from hour one that made you say I don't like court stormings?
Nothing.
What are you laughing at? Are you trolling? Stop trolling. It's not fun.
We think you're trolling.
How? What?
What?
Now I sound like Eric Collins. I don't know, man. It doesn't sound like I like Gus Johnson. I guess I feel like this guy is a Gus Johnson wannabe.
God, man.
Hey, Lily, I'm going to start calling you my daughter's name if you roll your eyes like that at me. You're like a teenager.
I mean, I think this is what makes Eric Collins.
Yeah.
Exactly what he's doing for a 10-31 basketball team.
They're 10. I just can't like anything they're doing right now. I unfollowed him last week, Chandler. We talked about it.
He's been the Hornets TV guy for 8 years now.
That's another thing. I like the previous guy, Steve Martin. And I miss him.
And I could see that.
He's my guy.
Well, he's not coming back anytime soon. Steve Martin is not getting behind that mic anytime soon. But Eric Collins has been like that ever since I've been watching him, and it's been for a while now. And he's not changing, and he's not going to change. That's because that's who he is. It's not fake.
All right.
I really think he likes what he does. I think he likes the team that he's calling games for.
Well, I don't.
And let him be.
That's fine. I'm not on a, attack Eric Collins.
I think it's actually, to be honest, I think it's actually pretty cool that he's getting that excited for a team that's this bad. I mean, we beat the number one team in the West. Does that mean anything? Not really.
Chad said, could you believe the Hornets were 30-13 and fired their coach? No, Chad, we're 10-31. We'll probably give Steve Clifford an extension or fire him and bring him back. Yeah, that was, I don't know what's going on in Milwaukee where they fire Adrian
behind
Griffin.
Closed doors.
It would seem that way. All right, let's take a break. When we return, I'm going to try to come up with at least 7 questions for our interns. We'll have a Zach v. Alex v. Delaney battle. Judging by that last question Alex asked, I'm going to say he doesn't win trivia. All right, more to go. Back with you after this.
Turkey, ham, bacon. These and other meats are great around the holidays and every other day, but they all leave behind grease when you cook them, and grease is a real pain in the drain. When you pour grease down a drain, it cools and can clog sewer lines. That can lead to sewer spills, which are messy, bad for the environment, and can also be expensive. Never pour grease down the drain. Instead, collect it in a container like a used soup can or jar. Let it cool and throw it away in the trash. Together, we can protect our sewer system and the environment. For more information, go to guc.com.
Hey you. Yeah, you. Have you heard? Greenville Auto World is under new ownership and is now part of the DriveHereNow.com network. DriveHereNow.com is run by local people who buy, service, detail, and sell everything directly to you. Greenville Auto World is now the 5th dealership to join the DriveHereNow.com network. Get car shopping today at DriveHereNow.com and choose a location near you. DriveHereNow.com, serving Eastern North Carolina for over 47 years and proud supporter of the Pirates.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
I'm Caleb Stroud, the founder of Stroud's Marine. I grew up on the water and I've loved boating my entire life. In 2012, I decided to give back to the marine community by creating a way for boaters to order pre-owned salvaged marine parts online. Stroud's Marine was born to offer incredible prices and unparalleled customer service. We stand behind every part we sell, and our mission is to save you money and get you back on the water as quickly as possible. Visit StroudsMarine.com today for more information. Stroud's Marine, your best source for salvage outboard parts.
The best place to go before hitting the water is Pirate Waters Outfitter in Washington. This is Captain Bo Brooks, and at Pirate Waters Outfitters, we are the best specialty store in Eastern North Carolina for fly fishing with the best rods and reels. We have a custom rod and net builder right on site, Camacho Rod Works. Look your best with some of our new outdoor apparel. Everything you need to chase fish on the fly is at Pirate Waters Outfitter on Market Street, right next door to Breaking Bread. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. We are Pirate Waters Outfitters.
It's bow time. Chicken or biscuits? That's an impossible choice. How can you decide between Bojangles' perfectly crispy, boldly seasoned chicken or their fluffy, made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuits? Well, the good news is you don't have to. With a Cajun chicken filet biscuit, you get the best of both worlds. An all-white meat chicken breast marinated with a bold blend of seasonings and served up on a fluffy, golden buttermilk biscuit. When it comes to real-deal Southern flavor, there's no reason you can't have it all. Order a Cajun chicken filet biscuit today. It's bow time.
Kick off 2024 at your CBD store with new THCA flower and pre-rolls plus Mike Bites, Mike Tyson Delta 8 ear-shaped gummies. Speaking of gummies, did you know their gummies are #1 in the world? Your CBD store has gummies for wellness, sleep, relaxation, and get up and go. Plus, they're best-selling above and beyond Delta gummies. If you struggle with sleep, anxiety, or pain, go see them. They also have pet products, gifts, jewelry, and accessories. So stop by your CBD store today. 420 East Arlington Boulevard, open Monday through Saturday from 11 to 7. Go Pirates!
Pizza, subs, slice, ice.
Jenny, what are you doing?
Just letting the Pirate Nation know that Cuccinella's has 2 locations. One in downtown Greenville across from Sup Dogs, and now in Midtown Greenville beside Best Buy. Did you know Cuccinella's is open every day with $6 lunch specials, slices all day, beer, wine, and their famous homemade gelato? Cuccinella's in downtown Greenville, and now their new location next to Best Buy. Go Pirates!
Hi, this is Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview Magazine, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. When you walk through the doors of Villa Verde, you'll experience the sights, sounds, and smells of authentic Dominican flavors. Villa Verde is inviting you to come by and try some of their amazing empanadas, famous red snapper, grouper bites, Cuban sandwiches, and more. You can also relax with a fresh mojito or a cold beer while enjoying one of their out-of-this-world desserts like the rum pineapple cake. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good and a proud supporter of the Pirate Nation. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, welcome back in. Tuesday, we have all our interns in the house, and I thought we'd start playing some intern games, the Intern Olympics. And we'll start today. This is a makeshift little trivia game. I love trivia, as you know, sports trivia at AJ's. Zach and his boys have been showing up quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's... Wait. Yeah, there you go. Say that again.
Hello? Yeah,
there
we're here.
Go. Alex showed up once and won.
I did.
And Delaney...
Wendell Smallwood.
It's probably not for you, but you're welcome to come out.
I'll make an appearance.
Yeah,
maybe.
Come on out one Wednesday night. Have fun. All right, so real quick, let's get to know our interns and contestants. Alex, where were you born?
Greenville, North Carolina.
All right, I've heard of that place. What year are you?
I'm in my second semester of grad school.
Okay, and so you've already, what did you graduate with a degree in?
Communications.
And what are you going towards now?
Communications.
All right, you're just going to make sure you know how to communicate.
Yeah.
All right, good enough. Delaney, where were you born?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
All right. Are you a Eric Collins fan?
Am I, huh?
No. What year are you?
Oh, Lord.
I'm a junior.
Junior, and what is your major?
I'm a communications major.
Fair enough. And Zach, where were you born?
Gastonia, North Carolina.
Gas House.
That's right.
What year are you?
Sophomore.
And your major?
Sports studies.
What is that?
I study those sports.
What
New major on campus, just related to the sports.
So what can you do with that field?
Just anything like related to sports management, marketing. All those are kind of covered under that.
I need to go back to school.
It's pretty broad.
And do that. That would be cool. All right. Welcome in. Great to have you here. So we've got 7 questions. I'll just have you write your answers down. We've got about 7 minutes to play this game, so get about a minute per question. Starting with, what year was East Carolina founded? We'll go closest to the pin wins, and if you hit it exact, you get a point automatically. What year was East Carolina University founded?
Like the struggle I'm seeing already. I love it.
Zach was pretty quick to answer.
Love this.
All right.
Delaney and Alex, do you have your answers ready?
Yeah.
No.
Delaney, we are just waiting on you. You have 10 seconds.
Stop. No pressure.
No pressure.
Okay. All right.
The numbers everywhere on campus, every jersey we ever make. Yeah.
No pressure.
No, this is going to be so bad.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right. We'll start with you. Actually, we'll finish with you because I think you got it. Relax. What do you got, Alex?
Yeah, mine was a guess as well. I said 1910.
Oh, no.
Wow. Okay. Delaney.
Don't do this to me.
Are you going to pass on the first question?
No.
It's farther.
ECU, I love you. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Oh.
What do you got?
1856.
Wow. All right. Okay. A little early.
Sorry.
What do you have,
Okay.
Zach?
1907.
1907 is correct. Very close, Alex. Delaney, you were within 60 years.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Question 2. We go
Get
to
that point to Alex.
Oh yeah. Sometimes you got to check the scorekeeper.
The fix is in.
Helena is the capital of what United States state?
It is Helena. It's Helena.
Helena is the capital of this state in the United States. Helena. Also a song by My Chemical Romance.
You are correct, sir.
I know the region. Oh, Lord. Oh, which one?
Would you like to? I mean, I'll tell you, it's west of the Mississippi.
I know that, yeah. Oh, it should be. Oh, it's one of these. Okay, we'll roll with.
Just write down your answer when you have it.
This is very humbling.
We'll roll with it.
I don't.
Hit Had to make sure it was west of Mississippi there for a second.
Yeah.
Well, just take a guess, because if you guess correctly, you could.
Okay, I'll take a
Clip,
guess.
might it be off the mountain named the same thing?
Pardon?
There's a mountain.
Is there?
Named something similar to that.
Oh,
That's what I'm basing mine
I
off
see what
of.
you're saying, but no. All right,
Now,
Zach,
we'll
what
roll
do you
with it.
got?
We have Washington State.
That is incorrect. Alex, what do you
I
got?
said Wyoming.
That is also incorrect.
Shoot.
You have what, Delaney?
I said New Mexico.
That is also incorrect. The answer I'm looking for is Montana.
I was out there.
What are you talking about? Mount
We were
St.
out there.
Helens?
Yeah, that's what I was going off of. Mount St. Helens.
Fair enough. All right. No geography majors in the house. How about some history? This country bombed Pearl Harbor in 1941.
Okay, guys.
The Pearl Harbor bombing.
Look at his hat. Just take that long.
Infamous moment in our history. World War II. What country was responsible for that? All right, everybody got their answers?
I think I got this.
Well, let's start with you, Delaney.
Okay, Japan.
All right, there we go.
Okay.
Point on the board. Alex?
Japan.
You wrote Japan. And Zach?
Japan.
Wrote Japan. Just to, I believe you, but let me check. All right, well done. Now you got a little confidence.
Yeah, I got it. I'm here now.
All right.
I'm in.
Y'all are so much younger than me. I don't know what you know. This is the music category. Dave Grohl was in Nirvana back in the day, but is now the lead singer and lead guitarist for this rock and roll outfit.
Oh, I think
Dave Grohl.
Oh, if I get this wrong, oh no.
Any sort of hint you can give.
It's 2 words.
You said he's the lead
2 words?
guitarist? Did you say he's the lead guitarist?
Singer.
And singer?
Yeah.
It's only 2 words?
It's 2 words. Unless you want to put the as the third, but yeah, it's 2 words. And they both start with the same letter.
Oh, I should know this.
Man, I figured that y'all were too young
I guarantee you
I
the
like
chat
Dave
gang
Grohl.
is in complete meltdown,
Yeah.
yelling at the screen. And
Yeah, they're more my age.
yeah.
Mr. Lewis says me over here yelling at the screen.
Yeah, I knew. That's why I was so mad I didn't know. I knew they would get on to me for
I
that.
should have gone something more current with
No, I know
music.
old stuff. That's the thing.
All right, we're going to go ahead and pass. Oh, we got to go. The answer is Foo Fighters. Nothing. Wow, that did not register
I had the
with
wrong
Delaney.
grunge group.
I mean, I know of Foo Fighters, but I don't know them.
I just had the wrong
members
grunge
of the
group in my
band.
mind. I had Red Hot Chili Peppers in my mind. I was
That's
around the
Anthony
right
Kiedis.
area. Yeah.
Anthony
I was like,
Kiedis.
he's still there. I don't know who it is.
All right, do y'all watch films?
Some films.
Okay. The 2019 Academy Award for Best Picture was this movie starring Viggo Mortensen, Mahershala Ali. It was the true story of an African-American pianist, and it was called this. 2 words. Academy Award in 2019 for Best Picture. African-American pianist, true story. I think it's Mahershala Ali is how you say it. I like him. He was in True Detective. He was in...
It sounds bad, but I'm pretty sure I've seen clips of this movie on TikTok. I just never seen the name.
It does have 2 words.
I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
Man.
We got nothing.
I've never seen the movie.
All
I
around
just
zeros.
picked out a Best Picture. It has a color in the title. If you can name the color, just write down a color. I'll give you the point.
Okay.
What color is in that title?
Oh.
All right. Delaney,
I'm
you...
not even gonna write it down. I'll just
Okay.
say color.
What do you got?
Purple.
I think we're...
What do you got?
Purple.
What do you
I think it was purple. It's like Purple Rain or something, right? I know that's Prince, but there's a movie.
It is Green Book. Green Book.
I would have never got that.
All right.
No.
All right. The answer to this question has either Alex, Zach, or Delaney in the person's name I'm looking for. Alex, Zach, or Delaney.
Okay.
Will be in the answer.
Okay.
But I need a first and last name.
Only first names? Our first names?
Correct.
Okay.
But I need a full first and last name. He was the Jeopardy host from 1984 to 2020. Delaney, what do you do?
I don't know. Like I don't know anything.
No, this one is sad.
It is.
Because he passed away?
Yeah.
And the new one's not as good.
Who is the new host?
I
Is
don't
it
know
Ken
his name.
Jennings?
Yeah.
Doing it now?
That sounds right, yeah.
Nothing, Delaney? I tell you what, just guess a name and I'll give you a point. With
Alex?
a half name. All right, I'm going to give you 1.5.
Okay.
Who you got?
Alex Trebek.
Alex Trebek. All right, good enough. Alex Trebek ringing 0 bells. Delaney, I'm very interested in pop culture, like what you know.
Yeah. Mhm. Me too, honestly. I'll get back to you on that.
All right, final question. LeBron James, in our sports category, was born in this state.
Come on.
All right. Do you know what NBA team he played for?
Yes.
To start with, or for a long time?
God.
All right, just name a state.
It's just gonna be really sad.
We'll let you go first.
Why are you doing this to me? Okay.
Well, because you can just clearly say their
Do you
answer.
know the name of the Kelsey's podcast?
No.
Okay, I thought that might help with Taylor Swift. I don't know.
I don't know.
Nope. Okay.
You want to name a state or just pass?
I ran at any state?
Yeah.
Okay. California.
All right. What are you going with, Zach?
Ohio.
Okay, and Alex went
Ohio.
with the Ohio.
The king from Akron.
Zach is our winner with 4 points. Alex finishes with 3. Delaney with 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say your specialty would be if I did this again?
I'm good at like current pop culture things.
Current pop culture.
And then
like Carden. Let's see, I don't even know what's
Okay.
current.
They don't have any card anywhere.
I don't know.
Do you watch any shows?
Yeah.
What do you watch? We got to go to break.
Currently I watch Young Sheldon, The Bachelor I'm watching right now.
Okay.
I watch
All right.
of Yellowstone.
Okay. Okay, I got you. So maybe some more current things.
Yeah.
Okay. If I do this again, I will try to have more current things.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to Name That Sound next Tuesday.
I think I will do it well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Name That Sound. Coming up next Tuesday on Intern Battle Tuesday. We'll take a break, come back. When we return, we got a lot of guests to get to. Bryce Williams, Wyatt Lunsford Shankman, Danny Beal. We'll also talk to Captain Carden, Shane Carden, in hour number 3. More to go. Congratulations, Zach.
Thank you.
Back with you after this.
Some things you can never choose, even if you try it. You're banging your head again, 'cause somebody won't let you in.
Was it true?
There's local politics, bud.
What was it like playing for the Pirates?
Holt Naylor's to the 30. Look at him go. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Pirates.
Find out all those answers and more by joining me on the Holt Naylor Show every week right here on Pirate Radio. Subscribe to Pirate Radio TV to watch the show or listen each week on the Pirate Radio podcast channel. The Holt Naylor Show on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
There's local politics, bud.
You know texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low, low prices, service too.
See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates in eastern North Carolina. Open 7 days a week with live music. Monday through Wednesday, acoustic night. Thursday, we have line dancing from 7 to 9, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. On Friday and Saturday night, enjoy the best local bands in the area. And don't forget, Sunday Fun Day during football season with NFL jersey giveaways and more. Check out Facebook and Instagram for all up-to-date information and band schedules. Y'all come get bucked up.
Hi, I'm Walker Allen Volova, and I'm with CopyPro. CopyPro has been locally owned and operated here in eastern North Carolina for over 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology. Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total satisfaction is our #1 priority. We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net. CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Wings Over has always been a great go-to for dinner or a late night snack, and it still is. But did you know you don't have to wait for dinner to get Wings Over? That's right. Wings Over Greenville is now open for lunch 7 days a week. Get Wings Over for lunch and have it delivered right to the office. Wings Over also caters so everyone at work can enjoy. Wings Over Greenville has over 20 flavors to choose from, including the limited edition Cajun garlic flavor. Order today by going online at wingsover.com or by calling 758-9464. Wings Over, they deliver.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you ready and pre-approved if the home you want to purchase comes for sale today? Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans. The Integrity Home Mortgage team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offers over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with the superior customer service you deserve. Call them today at 252-714-2076. Integrity Home Mortgage, Pirates supporting pirates. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, welcome in to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Busy hour because coming up later on this hour, we'll talk to former ECU quarterback, the captain, Shane Carden. He'll join us on the Pirate Radio Live line. One of our guests said he's fired up about the additions added this offseason to this ECU football roster. We've got Danny Beal joining us, ECU pitcher, and Pirate righty Wyatt Lunsford-Shankman. And to my left, we have
1, 2, 3, 4.
Williams.
I was baptized by the fire in your touch and the flame in your eyes. I'm born to love again. I'm a brand new man.
Bryce, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm wonderful. Is it okay if I put this right here on the coaster so it doesn't leave a water ring?
It's you. No water for you today, Bryce?
No, John really dropped the ball there.
John.
He wants me to pop another cramp in here.
I hate to be this guy, complain about media food and beverage.
Okay, dude. Really? What do you got to talk to me? What?
I'm not even talking to you. I'm talking to the microphone and the camera. I'm not directing this at you.
I'm not saying
you're
are.
so sensitive.
Sensitive.
Wait, is it your job? Are you media relations? Or are you a pitcher?
I pitch.
We go to media day yesterday. Awesome Jimmy John spread.
Oh, I thought you were gonna. Okay, all right.
No complaints there. I had nothing to wash it down with. Not a nary drop of any beverage.
Did notice that.
Yeah.
Well, I think they normally have, because I remember they had them at football media day when I went. They had those big Pepsi
can cooler looking things, and they had drinks in them.
Yeah.
So I guess we're just not good enough.
I was missing that yesterday.
We don't get the drinks.
Only enough for sandwiches.
Which I'm not complaining about. That was great.
It was
but
some spread. It was good.
What do we wash it down with? I need, you need water. You need liquids.
Toughness.
Yeah. I toughed it out, Danny. You'll be proud of me. So sorry, Bryce. No water. We'll have some for you next week.
That's all right. I always got old girl.
Old girl. You give her a name?
Bessie.
Yeah, I like that.
Bessie.
Oh, Bessie. I figured we wanted to get the fellas in here this week, and they wanted to do this time slot. I figured you'd like to reunite with your buddy DB over here.
Oh, yeah.
True Pirate believer.
Diesel, baby.
And Wyatt joining us as well. Wyatt, how's I don't know, when's it start to feel real for you? Like it's like go time. Is it there yet?
I think the first day that we get back and start going again with individual practices, I kind of feel it. But this weekend when we get into team practice, I'll really feel it for sure.
Yeah, I feel like
the same way, DB.
Banquet time, you kind of feel like, all right, it's time to go. Like we're getting close. Everybody's catching the fever, kind of thing, and it's getting close.
What banquet? Can you freshen me up there?
Does football not have a banquet where it's like a preseason kind of like get together?
No, this is a pretty unique to ECU baseball deal.
Okay, so basically it's like a baseball banquet where we'll have, the coaches will speak, the players will go up on stage, say their name, where they're from, position, just kind of get the fans to get to know them a little bit, and then we'll have 2 keynote speakers. In years past, we've had like Alec Burleson, and the COVID years were because we couldn't have anybody. It was all like digital and stuff. But this year we have Gavin Williams and Mike Harrington, and then we'll have normally 2 to 3 players speak. This year we have 4. It'll be me, Carter Cunningham, Jacob Starling, and Justin Wilcoxon. They'll speak, kind of say their stories, whatever, and then we'll have like a little poster signing thing to where you can kind of come by, everybody meets, shakes hands, kisses babies, the whole thing. So
nice.
It's kind of cool. But yeah,
fans get to sit at the table with the players.
Yep.
They enjoy that, and I think y'all enjoyed that too, right?
Yeah, it was cool. It was kind of weird. Last year I sat with Dixon's parents, so it was just like, okay, it's just a little odd, but it was cool. It was nice.
Yeah,
it's cool.
And the baseball, ECU baseball, does feel like a big extended family with the jungle, with the megaphones, with the students and what they do in right field. Like it's all part of it. And we heard the word culture a lot. I talked to Mully earlier, and people can say it and repeat it, but it really feels genuine when you guys talk about the culture that has been built here. And Danny, you came in as a young guy, picked it up, learned it, and now you are passing that along to the next generation, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can remember when Schenk was a young freshman and we were like attached at the hip almost, because I was trying to kind of carry him along and get him to kind of, understand what it takes to be a college baseball player, especially here. I remember vividly after he got done pitching in the second game of the Super Regional, he was obviously extremely upset, as we all were, and I went over to him like, hey, we might need you tomorrow. So it's one of those things where it's just those comfortable conversations that normally are uncomfortable just because of the relationships we build and how close we are. And I'm doing it, Shank's doing it, and his entire class is doing it and carrying it on to the younger guys, because we have a pretty big freshman pitching class, I guess. But we've done a great job, and they're all kind of bought in. So
yeah, the transition from a younger guy to an older guy, kind of somewhere in the middle there. But how does your responsibility grow as you go through the years as a baseball player here?
It grows a ton. People expect more out of you. Coaches expect more out of you, and you kind of expect out of yourself to be able to lead these young guys along and show them the path, and so they don't have to make the mistakes that you made, so we can nip that in the bud and have them contribute early.
Wyatt will be basically chilling Saturday. You got to talk though, right?
Yeah,
you got to talk to the crowd.
Yeah, sure do.
You're not nervous. Don't pretend you're nervous.
I'm telling you, like, this is normal for me because we're having a conversation. When I get in front of a big group of people, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And
I will say this: even Brian Bailey, when we talked to him, said he doesn't get nervous speaking ever anymore, but for some reason does at the ECU baseball banquet.
So weird. I don't get it, because I was sitting with Coach Godwin and Parker Bird last year at our little, SBs, whatever they're called. Goldspees, that's right. And I was presenting an award with one of the soccer players, and I'm sitting up there like shaking, reading Keaton's stats, and I'm like, why am I so nervous right now? But it's because there's so many people just staring at you like this.
Yeah, yesterday you jumped up in the chair and were like, what's up, guys?
Yeah, because I'm just chatting. It's like a normal conversation, but it gets more than like 20 people. I'm like, oh, God.
So I've always asked, like, guys returning, when did Connor Norby speak? Was that last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
And he was not much of a talker, but he talked about how much he had thought about it, written it out, all that. So are you going freestyle Eminem, or are you
absolutely not? I would ramble or keep it way too short. So I've got a little. I've wrote it out and I've practiced it a couple times. I was actually talking to Star about his the other day because he was like, "You think yours is a good one?" I'm not gonna say mine's bad. It's like, so. I mean, I've practiced it a couple times. Still got to iron some stuff out, but excited, nervous, anxious, all three. So
we get back to baseball. I talked to Austin Knight recently and learned about his background a little bit. He was destined. He was born to be a coach. Talked about all of his family. His
dad's nuts, right?
All the coaching in his family background. And he's a young guy, Wyatt, but when you talk to him, seems a lot older and wiser beyond his years. So what are the conversations like with Coach Knight with you, and how much can you get from him day to day?
I would say there's a serious side and a joking side. At different times it comes out, but during practice we're serious. After practice or before practice really starts, we can kind of joke around a little bit, but I've learned a ton from him. I think everybody on the pitching staff can say that. Without him, we probably aren't where we are today.
What is the conversation's been like in specific to your pitching, adding pitches, perfecting what you already throw this offseason? What have you kind of worked on with him to improve upon?
For me, it was huge. My freshman year, I kind of went through the ringer with him. We changed a ton of stuff. I was throwing a four-seam and then turned me into a sinker guy, turned me into a slider guy, and kind of just evolved from there. So he's changed me, and he's made me better for sure.
DB, how about you? You've been around here a while now, so what have you done this offseason to improve?
Just, I mean, not embellished, but embrace the kind of trying to work and continue on the stuff I already had before. I was just trying to make those things better and sharpen them up a little bit, because I think AK kind of said it yesterday, their tools were already there. It was just one of those things where to make them even better than they already were, we're just going to open up the opportunities and the room for error a little bit as the season goes along. Obviously getting more mobile and more stronger is always a priority, but I think the big thing, at least for now in the late fall, was just to sharpen the pitches up mechanically, and that's pretty much it.
Bryce, football guys are like before the game jacked up and everything. You've kind of said you were pretty chill, right?
Yeah, for
pretty
the most
cool.
part, just kind of held it in.
But you still got the headbutt a guy, or getting a guy, do all that. How about baseball? Like, how jacked up do you want to be before a game, before you go in, compared to how, you mentioned the word. We were talking about meditating yesterday, or the mental side. So how does that balance in a baseball standpoint?
I think Shank and I are like two opposite ends of the spectrum. I feel like Shank is one of those guys that gets like wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, a lot of caffeine, ready to go. I'm more of the kind of laid back, just kind of relax, get up there and do whatever. Like Shank's like almost dancing up there as he's going through his motion. I'm just kind of relaxed, and I think it's good to have both. I kind of mentioned it yesterday, where it's definitely different variances of looks and tendencies or whatever on a staff is what makes it great. So Shank being up there like intimidating, like dancing at you, and me just kind of like not going through the motions, but just being way more relaxed, I think is good. But it's funny to see from guy to guy, because like I said, it's completely different sitting across the table from.
And there's no right answer to it as long as it's genuine.
As long as it works.
Yeah. Does Cliff or anybody give a pregame pep talk before you guys head out?
Yeah, so we'll meet in the team room and kind of just get ourselves hyped up, watch a video, and get going, listen to some music, and then head on out there.
Speaking of videos, can't wait to see the Before the Pirates Take the Field video this year.
Oh, I'm excited. We haven't filmed it yet, or at least I don't think we have for like the social
They didn't call
guys.
you weren't a part of it.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, no, I'm not important enough. But I am excited too. Those are it's always cool to see that for the first time. I think we normally show it at the banquet, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But either way, I'm really excited for that.
Going to be fun this Saturday at the banquet, and getting ready for some baseball in February. Bryce, got any baseball questions for the guys? Or non-baseball questions?
Well, I was pondering on those. You mentioned your pitches. Like what? Well, there's a few. Like, what's your favorite pitch and yours?
Great question.
Like, what's your kind of like? Okay, this is gonna be it's not an ace and X. Yeah. Well, what's another? Don't you have like little terms for strikes? A K. I knew it was a K. I didn't know if you had any slang terms other than a K and a strikeout for baseball. But like, what would be like y'all sort of go to?
My go-to pitch is probably the slider. I got a little bit of a lower arm slot, so it kind of is more like a sweeper almost. But that's the pitch I like to throw.
And that you have to explain to me what a slider does.
Look, that's a good question.
It slides.
What is a slider?
So a slider kind of just Slides.
Yeah. It's like it starts,
well said.
Like starts high or starts and
For a right-handed hitter, it's going to go away from the batter.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Maybe start. Where do you start the slider? Where do you want it to start and end?
It's different for where you're trying to throw the pitch, but for me, I usually try and start at a batter's hip, like a righty's hip, and let it do the work. If it's a lefty, I'm probably starting at middle and trying to end it back foot.
And Bryce said when Coach Palumbo was on, you were kind of afraid of the baseball, right?
I'm afraid
Which
of
is ironic as a football player.
Yeah.
He's scared of the baseball. But for you, that would be...
Those little things hurt, dude. I'm not
my face is covered up in football and I got pads everywhere.
But that would be a nightmare for you because if Wyatt works the way he wants to, it's almost coming at you.
Right, so I'm just going to fall to the ground. So.
And it's going to land right in that inside
Yeah.
corner. How about you, DB? What's your go-to?
Slider too. I mean, I feel like it's just one of those things where if you execute it and throw it the right way, it's practically unhittable. Like it's with Bryce, I throw from here, so it's a little lower. It's like sidearm almost. So when I throw it, it's starting. If you're a right-handed hitter, it's starting behind you already when I'm releasing it, and then it goes around. It's almost like a frisbee. It comes out and then comes back in. So if you're starting it, say I throw it behind you, it's just right down the middle for a strike. If it's starting like inner third of the plate, it's way away and you're looking to get a swing and a miss. So it's perfect for you because you're scared of the ball, so you just get out of the way every time. Yeah.
He'd rather see a fastball, I think, down the middle. Tyler's asking a question. We're all adults here. We did talk about what pitcher had the slider cutter mix.
Oh yeah. Tony.
You know what they called that?
Tone Bob.
Slider cutter mix.
How would you combine
the two words and
Slaughter.
There
she is.
We talked about that yesterday during Media Day, and Tyler asking what that pitch is. But somebody was talking about it at Media Day yesterday. It would have been, I guess, Trey, maybe?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
I think Root throws one.
Okay, it would have been Root then. A lefty slaughter. A little different than the righty.
I feel like it's different for a lot of people. Like I know Landon Gins last year was more down, so it would like move kind of like that, as opposed to Zach's where his is more horizontal. So it's different for everybody. Everybody's got different variations of it, but it is a funny name.
And so another question, with obviously me catching football, we got to get to look at one little thing. Are y'all focused solely on the glove? Or is it kind of a natural, what's the thing for it? Muscle memory of where the ball needs to go? Or what's that? Like, are you dead staring at the glove?
It depends on the pitch, I think.
Oh, okay.
If I'm throwing a slider, like I said, I'm aiming at the batter.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if I'm throwing a fastball, say I'm trying to throw it away to a righty, I'll probably be looking at like a catcher's shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah. So just whatever works, you just got to figure it out what works for you.
Yeah, it's definitely an eyesight thing. You just got to look and figure out, okay, if I look here, here's where it's going to end up. If I look here, here's where it's going to end up. So it's just different for everybody.
How difficult is it to basically mess up on purpose? And by that, I mean it's 0-2, and you want to throw a bad pitch. You're trained to throw a good pitch. So is it hard to throw a bad pitch when you're trying to? Because you're 85-90% of the time you're trying to throw strikes. How difficult? Because we can say after the fact, why did he serve it up on 0-2? Well, clearly he didn't mean to do that. So how difficult is that?
I feel like we practice it enough to where it's not going to happen often. Now, of course, it's going to happen because it's sports and that's just the way it goes. So when people get on our tail about it, it's like, you get out here and do it kind of thing. But we practice it enough to like execute those kind of pitches and those counts where it doesn't happen very often.
So y'all build a count. So is it ball strike or strike ball on the count?
Ball strike.
Ball strikes 0-2. You say you
no balls, 2 strikes. You're wanting to throw a pitch to get a guy to chase it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Not give him a chance. Like,
because you've got more opportunities to strike him out.
Right.
You can waste a pitch a little bit because you want to throw a pitch where there's no way he's making contact with it.
How about for you, Wyatt? Is it difficult, or like Danny said, you practice it so much?
I think it's the same answer as Danny's. We practice it pretty much every day. We kind of go through our pre-throw stuff, and then when we get out and play catch, we can work on all that stuff in catch play. So if we want an extended pitch, then we're going to execute it, and we're going to keep doing it with all of our pitches, whatever you're throwing.
Jacob Jenkins Coward and Ryan McChrystal were here, and I asked him about guys tipping pitches for the opposing team, and he said, yeah, you can pick up on it quite a bit. Asked Austin Knight about it yesterday. How much do you guys talk about that, go over that, making sure that the opposing team doesn't know what's coming due to, I heard glove placement's a thing. Like, there are a lot of different things.
There's a lot of we actually have a sheet that we do during scrimmages, and we have guys that chart them, and there's cues for literally everything. It could be breathing, it could be gloves, it could be eyes, it could be the way you come set, the way you look. And the older you get, I think the more, savvy vet you get a little bit with it, where you can kind of see more things often. And I know I've gotten pretty good at it. I know there's a bunch of juniors that are really good at it too, but it's just teaching. It goes along with those teaching the younger guys things where you can kind of see those things. But I think we work on it enough, again, where we're conscious to, we're veteran enough to where we can see it in our own players, where it's like, hey, you're doing this, and then they fix it within a week, and it's over and done with. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah, did you ever have an issue with that, Wyatt, or is that something you've always been pretty good at?
I think I've always been pretty good at it. I like to try and pick some signs. I think it was my freshman year where we picked Jay Cunner one time in the purple gold. So that was pretty fun. And me and Jaden Winter usually are at the end of the dugout trying to pick some stuff up. We've been successful a few times.
Like even like during a game for the opposing team?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It really is riveting because it's like, oh my God, we figured it out. And you don't have to tell them. You can just use it against them. And that's the best part because you can let the offense know. And it's like, all right.
Crack the code.
Yeah.
That's great. They're code crackers.
A lot of little things, Bryce, more than just throwing a ball and hitting the ball.
Definitely, that's what I was going through in my head. I said, dang, I used to think baseball was just get 3 strikes, hit the ball, and run around.
Call it a day.
Don't get out, call it a day. But y'all got shifts and nuances to pick up on, start building the count.
So the shift has been banned in Major League Baseball. Is there still a shift in college baseball?
I think so. I don't think it's.
I mean, I know we've done it in the preseason, so I'm assuming we wouldn't be practicing if there still wasn't one. So
people love to get mad at the shift.
Goodness.
Now, when it works, nobody really says anything. Exactly. But when some guy hits a dribbler to a short where the guy would have been, and pitcher, I'm sure y'all get pissed off too. But
we've all been victims of it. We've all been catching ourselves being like, God dang it! But it is what it is. It's part of the game.
I saw Josh Groves yesterday. It's good to see him. I went over some of the home runs he gave up last year, and he'll bring them up himself. He'll say, "Man, that was it against North Carolina. That guy hit one.
Yeah, when Honeycutt hit one over the lights. Yeah. That was a.
But he said almost all the home runs he allowed were his fault. Like he was like,
"Oh yeah,
bad pitch. That was me.
Oh yeah,
that was." So how about like sometimes you got to tip the cap when you throw a good pitch. But what percentage of the home runs you allow are your fault? Would you say? Like, I know you'd have to.
Probably,
I'm going like 90%.
I was about to say 80 to 90. I was talking to Trey the other day because I don't know how it came up, but I saw it on X. They were talking about Vanderbrake, who plays for Carolina, when Trey pitched against them here. Trey threw a ball like 94 at his collarbone, basically, and he turned on it and hit it in the jungle. And Trey was like, "That's the best pitch I've ever thrown. Like, how did he hit that?" Right. And it's one of those things where it's like sometimes you make a good pitch and he still hits it, but
if y'all are doing your part more times than not, they're not going to hit it.
It's going to be in our favor. Hitting's really, really hard.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right, gentlemen. What's the schedule like? Got the banquet this Saturday. When your first official practice this week? Friday. Yep. All right. Good stuff.
There we go.
What is practice like for you arms? What are you guys going to be doing?
Well, this weekend, the first official practice will end up being a scrimmage, so we'll go Friday, Saturday, Sunday with that, and then we'll just kind of do, the normal game day routine where it's BPIO. Fans will be in the stands, so it'll be pretty cool. And then next week we'll do weekdays where it's, we're working with the infielders on picks and infield stuff, and then take BP. Yeah,
defense,
so
all of it.
Yeah, we're excited.
Good stuff. Looking forward to it, gentlemen. Thank y'all for hanging out. Coming up tomorrow on the show, Jake Hunter. Will be joining us.
There it is.
The dancing man. Well, we'll talk some baseball with Jake. Coming up next, the captain, Shane Carden, will join us on the Pirate Radio Live line. We'll switch gears, talk a little Pirate football. When we return, Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Back with you after this.
Time best-selling author, keynote speaker, and global influencer John Gordon is coming to Greenville in March. John was ranked number 6 as one of the top leadership speakers in the world and will be our featured guest at the Pirate Radio Luncheon on Monday, March 18th. Hey, John, tell us more about your upcoming visit.
Hey, Pirate Nation. John Gordon here. I am so excited about coming to Greenville, North Carolina.
at East Carolina University, March 18th, where I'm going to talk about ways to enhance your mindset, improve your leadership, and build a stronger team. We're going to activate the positive competitive advantage together. I hope to see you there. Go Pirates.
Don't miss out on this huge opportunity to enhance your mindset, improve your leadership skills, and create a better future for you and your team. To reserve a table, contact me, Jonathan Ellerby, at ellerby@pirateradio1250.com. We look forward to seeing you in March.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best. Everybody loves burgers.
Save a load on a new John Deere compact utility tractor and loader from Quality Equipment. It's never been easier to get the best brand on the market at an unbeatable cash price or with great financing at our lowest ever monthly payment. Now is the time to get that tractor package you've been dreaming of to get your next job done right. Stop by one of our 36 locations in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia, or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure to have the best and comfortable shoes with a stop at Fleet Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Fleet Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet, we run for you.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Hi, I'm Walker Allen Volova, and I'm with CopyPro. CopyPro has been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for over 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology. Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total satisfaction is our #1 priority. We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net. CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
We are talking with the legendary Greg Lassiter, championsofgreenville.com. And I say that because very few businesses last 10 years, 20 years. You're getting ready to celebrate your 40th year at Champions Health and Fitness.
This next coming July will make 40 years. I started out in Aden with 3 pieces of equipment and didn't even have a bathroom for people to use, so it's come a long ways.
Champions Health and Fitness. Give the address and the phone number.
4190 Bayswater Drive, Winterville, North Carolina. Our phone number is 353-0544.
You can find Champions right behind the Fire Tower on Fire Tower Road. Champions Health and Fitness.
Pirate Radio.
And you write that down, because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Or you don't coach at East Carolina, you don't come to East Carolina, you don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. East Plumbing, Viva Electric, and Roland Black Heating and Cooling have teamed up to form New Blue Service Group, offering Eastern North Carolina the best in plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services. Same great local team, same great local service, just a new name. For plumbing, electrical, and HVAC services, go to callnewblue.com. That's callnublue.com. New Blue Service Group, where we are redefining service excellence. And The Buccaneer Music Hall has all the fun for your Sunday Fun Day covered. Every Sunday, kick off the day with the Buck and the largest 4K screen in Greenville, along with 18 TVs, so you don't miss any of the playoff games. They have mimosa specials, a Bloody Mary menu, and pizza all day from Pizza Hut. And don't forget the weekly jersey giveaway starting at 5 o'clock. Score every Sunday at the Buck. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Bryce Williams hanging out, throwing some fastballs at the baseball players.
That's right.
Great questions, Bryce. Enjoyed that with Danny Beal and Wyatt Lunsford Shankman. Pirate baseball coming up next month, and pretty soon we'll be gearing up for some spring football as well. And let's talk to a former Pirate great, the captain, Shane Carden, joins us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Shane, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, guys. How you guys doing?
Golly, boy, that sounds good. We're doing great.
Bryce just gets so chipper and the biggest smile when he hears from his quarterback.
Oh, my pen. Yep.
Shane, good talking to Bryce. Clips are just the added bonus there.
Yeah. I'm just the facilitator. I dish it and let y'all do all the work. Shane, though, I heard Bryce said you've been fired up about what East Carolina's been doing this offseason, and boy, did they need it. I'll tell you what, before we talk about what's new, we'll talk about Donnie Kirkpatrick, who Bryce has talked a lot about over the weeks. Donnie out as offensive coordinator, but Shane, man, he's got a legacy here at East Carolina, coached a lot of great players, a ton of great receivers, and I'm sure you're going to say the same thing about him. Everybody else has said just a great guy and was a really good coach here for ECU.
Yeah, 100%. I think the biggest thing that you saw when that happened, you saw the ex-players that he had coached reach out and just said great things about him between the social media posts and talking on radio shows. And I think that speaks more about than anything, right? When your former players are coming back out when something like that happens and just speaking so highly about you, I mean, that's what you want as a coach. And when you're feeling that way about a coach that has gotten fired, you want to reach out and you want to give him his love and appreciation because, he was a big part of what we did when I was there. And, we spent obviously a lot of time with him. I spent a lot of time with them between the receiver room and quarterbacks and just making sure everyone on the same page and just a heck of a coach and someone that, he and his wife actually ended up getting pretty close to my family and my parents. And I know they always asked about him. And when I went and visited, 2 years ago, they were asking about Donnie and Donnie was asking about my folks. And, it was really a family when I was there, and it's tough to see him go. It sounds like he's going to go enjoy some retirement, and he deserves it.
And Shane, with him out, that means you need to fill that spot. John David Baker in as offensive coordinator of the Pirates. I'll be honest, I didn't know anything about him before I heard his name in the coaching search for the first time. You probably were the same, but how about what you've learned from JDB and what he'll bring to this East Carolina offense next year?
Man, fired up. And you look at, I'm somebody in my life and coaching for anything I've ever done. If there's any little problems, let's fix it. It's like my wife asked me, hey, a question about something that needs to be done. Let's fix it. As we know, they may not want to answer. They may just want you to feel bad. Hey, man, let's fix this thing. And man, to hear Baker talk and hear everything he wants to do and his confidence, and I mean, obviously what we did when I was there, just playing fast, and the way he's talking about that, man, just got me so excited. And when you're having little problems on offense here and there, which coach you can do? I mean, there's nothing else you can do right now other than go out in the transfer portal and go get some coaches that, seem like they are a great fit. And right now, you have to think that Baker's a great fit, but you absolutely know Coach Mack is an outstanding fit. And to get Coach Mack back in that room, man, again, it's probably what kind of started me in Bryce, Texas. And then all of a sudden it was, transfer this guy and this guy and this guy that we get into here in a minute. But just to go back to that coaching, I mean, I love what Baker's saying. I love what he's bringing. To be at Ole Miss, the offense they're running there, because I always like watching, spread fast offenses and Lane Kiffin and what he's been doing. So to kind of know he'll have a touch of that and then to hear what he's been saying in his interviews, I mean, it's just, I know it's like winter and baseball's coming up and baseball's been kicking butt, but it's like we got to be fired up about kind of what's going on right now with this football and spring ball and fall coming up.
Most definitely. I wish you could have been in me with that segment when John David Baker was in here, and I was picking his brain, and I'm sure it's fine to say. And I said, well, what's an example of something you're going to be running? And I feel like if I say what was one of our favorite pass plays, that he gave me an example that they're going to be running. What do you think? What play do you think it is? Say it's like, 3rd and long, Hardy's in the slot. What pass play do you think it is? I feel like you're going to guess.
Are we talking about the Y pop there over the middle, the long play action to the outside zone and hit him over the middle? Or?
We did actually love Y pop. Maybe it was a little deeper. Are
we talking the Y drag concept, 95?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Did that only second guess, maybe? Yeah. So he brought that up, and so as soon as he said that, I said, "Bud, we're gonna be on fire." Him picking that. So definitely excited about it. I knew you loved having that play called, and like leading into the quarterbacks. Obviously, you and I have talked about. With with our 2 portal quarterbacks, the freshmen coming in, and of course, we've got the guys who were here last year. But I mean, obviously, what are your thoughts on the guys that we've picked up in the portal?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome, right? You have Hauser there from Michigan State with some big time playing time there and playing in a big school. And then is that confirmed? We got Garcia. Is that in?
Yeah, he's in.
We got Garcia there, and you talk about 2 guys that. Want to resurrect kind of what they've been doing. I'm assuming they went to both those bigger schools to play a big-time ball, and they're coming here to go compete. Probably seeing Baker come in here and be, all right, we're going to throw the ball around. There's been a lot of successful quarterbacks and pass-happy spread offense that run a lot of plays, and those guys have to be just looking at their chops and be, right, competition. And that's awesome, man. Iron shapes iron, and they got to get each other better. And a time right now where, there are a lot of transfers that's got the starter. It's like, right, when do you guys go get it? When do you guys support the other guy and be ready to go? And then you look at the young guy we got coming in, Cole. I mean, all the stuff that's been said about him and this and that. My only thing to Cole is like, man, stick it out. Like, you're gonna have 2 guys older than you that you can learn from. Very similar to me learning from Dominique Davis, which was the absolute best thing for me. You look back, you get in there, and Bryce, I'm sure you felt the same way. But you get in there first year, and you're like, hey, I can play, I can start, I'm ready to go. And, looking back, you're like, thank God I wasn't, because I probably wouldn't have been as good as I was. And, Cole, man, hang in there, learn. Go be on scout team, man. Go learn how to just compete against, like, the number 1 defense with not number 1 guys, get knocked around a bit. And, man, I know there's going to be some tough days in that. And there's enough people, I'm sure, still around that program. Cole, get my number, man. Happy to talk to you. Happy to tell you about kind of what you can do on scout team, right? Because I learned how to do a lot of that. Ad-libbing and throwing on the run and kind of making plays out of nothing on scout teams. And I had 2 years to learn all about that. But it's a heck of a time if you treat it the right way. And I just think it's such a good situation for Mike that he's put himself into that program with a new OC, with 2 old quarterbacks who want to go compete, and a young guy who can learn from those guys, man. And that's how you sustain and build a program, in that QB room. And it's set up really nice. You got to make sure those guys buy in. You got to make sure these younger guys, or those older guys are really helping out Cole when he needs it, and Cole's really, absorbing all the information. I mean, I remember sitting in our QB room and later on, and Kurt Benkert sitting there and it's like, dude, that guy had a cannon. He's a total stud. I knew he was going to be good, and he pushed me at times to be better. Just knowing how good he was, and he would just absorb everything, ask a bunch of questions, and it's just a really good situation I think we're in right now, and that's what me and Bryce were talking about the other day, just how fired up I was on really setting up a program, QB room.
Shane Carden joining us, Pirate Radio Live Line. Shane, can you hang with us through a break and come back and talk with us?
I got some time.
All right, good. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll have another 10 or 15 with Shane Carden on the other side as, I admit, he's starting to fire me up a little bit. More to go. Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. Back with you after this.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. It's a great time to buy a used vehicle.
It's not a great time, it's a perfect time to buy a used car from Brown & Wood. We have over 115 used vehicles in stock, and we're number 1 in the market on price. We have limited lifetime powertrain on all of our used cars under 80,000 miles, so go to brownandwoodauto.com to find out more. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal, to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This is Aaron Williams with New Blue Service Group.
Our technicians stand ready to face any challenge that time or the elements may throw at your home. Your home deserves the best, and New Blue is here to help with all of your plumbing, electrical, and HVAC needs. Facing electrical issues due to the elements? We're on it. Plumbing concerns or emergencies? We're ready to fix it. HVAC struggling to keep up? We'll bring the climate back under control. So go to callnublue.com today. Go Pirates.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in Uptown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Now's your chance to save during the year-end clear-out at Bostic Sugg Furniture. We're clearing out the 2023s, which means huge savings for you. Find unheard-of sale prices all across our showroom floor. Save 70% off clearance items. Take an extra 10% off all in-stock custom order furniture, plus 6 months special financing. Get a new mattress at year-end savings, plus all in-stock last chance Serta Arctic and Restonic mattresses are half off. The year-end clear-out is finally here, now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
This is John Gavigan with the Gavigan Agency. Our top priority is doing what is best for our members. Whether you are buying a new vehicle, a new home, protecting your family with life insurance, or filing a claim, our agency will be there every step of the way. Our goal is to become a trusted advisor for you and your family for all of your personal and commercial insurance needs. Give us a call in Greenville at 756-1400 for a car, home, business, or life insurance quote today, and give us the opportunity to show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
Jimmy John's has great taste wrapped up. All your favorite Jimmy John's sandwiches are now available as a wrap. Enjoy all natural meats, cheeses, and hand-sliced veggies, bundled into a convenient grab-and-go wrap that's made when you order it. Top it off with sensational sides, including new home-style potato salad and bow tie pasta salad. Grab your taste buds around Jimmy John's new wraps. And don't forget their loyalty app with a free sandwich after your first visit. Jimmy John's in Greenville and Wilson and online at jimmyjohns.com.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com. Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
This is Coach Blake Harrell, defensive coordinator for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations are available by calling 752-1406 or visiting beautybarmedispa.com. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, Bryce Williams alongside Shane Carden on the Pirate Radio Live line, talking about what East Carolina has done this offseason to bolster an offense that really struggled in 2023. And we talked to Shane about some of the newcomers. He seems really fired up about John David Baker, the offensive coordinator. And Bryce, as you mentioned, he joined us here in the studio. We were talking about some of the philosophies, and he's picked up stuff from the Mike Leach tree and also some of the Baylor principles. But Shane sounds like all offenses, he wants the run game to be important. And we remember the high-flying ECU offenses when you were here, but think about Ventavious Cooper and Breon Allen and what you guys were able to do in the run game, and how much a brutal, a successful, awesome passing game can really help out a run game. We saw that go hand in hand with your offenses from East Carolina. Sounds like that's what John David Baker wants to do here.
Yeah, and I think any offense you're running, right, it always starts up front, whatever you're doing. I mean, if you're really passing a lot, you still got to mix in enough run. And there was always conversations, even when we were kind of tight in games or even having to come back, with Riley and McSilent, hey, we still got to run the ball. We really got to run the ball to hold that defense, make them honest. And, you look at a lot of our plays, like our outside zones really set up that long pop pass me and Bryce were just talking about earlier, where we got kind of Hardy working back across the field. Or you look at a lot of those, red zone touchdowns we have, split back zone, play action, get a nice little, bang post behind that safety. But yeah, run game's a huge part. I mean, one of my favorite plays that I can really remember when we were there is one that I wasn't, even throwing the ball. It was that 3rd and forever, hand the ball off to Breon against UNC, and it goes for a touchdown. You have like linemen running down 40 yards blocking, our receivers pancaking someone in the end zone. I believe that was Jones, and like that's where it all starts. You get receivers blocking like that. You get linemen running down the field. I mean, I show that clip to my team almost once a year. Just like, hey, man, that's what like the effort needs to look like. And if you get effort like that in the run game, everything else kind of comes after that. So I love that even with wanting to run 100 plays a game or whatever his goal is or how fast, like it's got to start with the run game.
Bryce, we talked throughout the season, wanted to see more maybe creativity with this offense, and. Right. Even if you are running the same stuff over and over, you got kind of giving it a different look pre-snap, right, or motion or something. So, how can just simple things like that help out an offense? And where did you guys do some of that?
Yeah, we did a lot of shifting. I obviously would start, in the backfield next to Shane, and then Shane would give some cue, and I'd either move to a slot or move just right off the tackle, or I'd move on the line and do all that. So I mean, it definitely, I think definitely helps Shane as well to figure out if it's a man zone, if someone's moving along with me on that end. And then, any type of creativity and, cleverness, I guess you could say, with moving guys around, as can be helpful. And I think mainly for, of course, the skill guys and stuff to know maybe what route or what, or how to run the route if it's a man or zone. And then obviously for the quarterback to know, what's going on.
Yeah. Shane, you want to see more of that?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, with Bryce, too, we went so fast, we would do trick plays without motion. We would fast pace, and all of a sudden, Bryce is lined up as a left tackle position, right? On the side next to the guard, and our tackle's over, and we're playing so fast, they don't even know what's going on, and we get them wide open. So when you start playing fast, you get a lot more base defenses, and a lot of times you don't need to do as many motions, right? Then all of a sudden you slow it down, hit a shift motion. They haven't seen a lot of that, then they can't do as much switching off, or they can't, deceive you as well, right? Because they kind of have to be what they're in. Then all of a sudden you shift, they got to already be there. So I love speed, and I think when you start mixing in other things like that, it's very hard to fit.
So that's what's got Shane fired up too, is John David Baker talking about going fast so much, and something we really didn't see with this offense.
I'm calling plays, and I got guys who are playing both ways the whole game. I can't go the speed, that I'm accustomed to or wanted to. So we start talking fast-paced offense, so let's go.
He's a caged tiger. He's about to get out.
Shane Carden joining us to tell everybody, Shane, about your coaching career and what's going on. Give us an update on that.
Yeah, man, we're trucking away. We got a couple guys going to college in the last few years. We had a bunch of guys leave this year. So definitely a rebuilding year. I'm going to have to get pretty creative with the offense. Probably won't be as much spread. We've got a few more running backs. So I'm diving into some of these old guy coaches about the scrum and the wing T stuff, and I'm going to start mixing in and man, just getting creative, having fun with it. That's kind of what it's all about, and we'll see how we do this year.
Shane, watching ESPN right now, and they're previewing the conference championship games. How about the quarterbacks left? You got Lamar, who's trying to make a name for himself in the playoffs. He's now 2-3 after the win last week. You got Mahomes, who's never not been to an AFC championship since he took over at quarterback. I still don't know what Brock Purdy is. Is he just a product of the system there in San Fran? And you got Jared Goff trying to get back to a Super Bowl with the Lions. So how about these QBs, and who do you see advancing to the Super Bowl?
Man, that's tough. I mean, they all got a little chip on their shoulder at this point, right? Everyone counted the Chiefs out. Lamar's been told he can't win playoff games. Purdy thinks everyone thinks Purdy's just a system guy. And then Goff, right? He's been totally written off. And so all great stories. I would love to see Detroit go do it. I think right now the who played the best last week, and the Ravens just look incredible. So I would have to pick the Ravens right now, but I'd love to see Detroit win it all.
Bryce, you got any buddies left? I know that's how you pick your games.
Yeah, you guys. With Jared Goff, I was with him in LA. So, and I'm with Shane there. With Detroit, getting there.
What do you guys think about Dan Campbell? Shane, is that a guy you'd like to play for?
Man, that's like Bryce coaching, and like when Bryce goes, that's gonna be Bryce coaching. He was excited, but there's just comparison.
Yeah, most definitely. And then I'm for Dan Campbell. I had to get a chance to meet him, so he was a cool guy when he was with the Saints. So, like I said, I think Detroit would be fun.
Man, that place would be wild if they could get to a Super Bowl. Yeah. Shane Carden joining us. About to wrap it up. Bryce, you got anything else for your old QB?
Oh gosh, I could ponder some things. It's just good to hear his voice.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
I got to ask you guys: Is it? I mean, it's got to get some energy around that football program right now. Like I said, we got a lot of other things going on at VCU right now, but there's got to be good energy with everything happening there right now.
I'm kind of shocked, Shane. I mean, we went through a season that was bad. We went through fifth quarters and you know how it is. The first thing you do is the easiest thing to do is say fire this guy.
Right.
Get rid of him. Mike Houston can't win here with his own players, all that stuff. It has completely turned on its head, Shane. There are people, a lot of folks just like you now, who love what has been done this offseason. And I love where you said, hey, if there's a problem, fix it. Don't kind of sugarcoat it. Let's get to the issues. Let's correct these issues. That's what this offseason has been for Mike Houston, who has kind of admitted, hey, last year definitely won't good enough. Can't happen again. He has said that exact thing. It won't happen again. So, yes, Shane, it's been flipped since that last game to where we are now. There is some light at the end of this tunnel here. Now, we hadn't seen it on the field yet, but there are a lot of people excited.
Well, it's like what you can control right now is what he's been doing, right? That's all you can do. So you got to do it to that. Then, hopefully Bryce can get out there and scout him up in spring ball, and Bryce can give us a report and tell us what's happening.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm definitely, planning. I got to hit up Mags, obviously to see him, and then hopefully I can slide out there. Heck, maybe I'll even try and get out there during one of their hell weeks, this winter, during winter workouts. But definitely in the spring ball will be fun to be.
Well, he lost his fishing buddy, Trip Weaver, Shane, so I got to find him a new fishing buddy so we can get him a man on the inside to get the details.
I got to assume Mags would give him a little love at this point.
Yeah, I would think so.
We'll get Mags out of there.
Yeah, I got to hit up Mags.
Shane, great to hear from you, man. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you again down the road.
Yep. See you guys. Have a good one.
There's the captain.
Yep.
Shane Carden, or as you call him,
Penn.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
We'll take our final break. We'll come back, get ready to wrap it up here on a Tuesday. A 60-second Pirate Radio Outdoors with Bryce Williams when we return after this.
Pest Tech wants to thank Pirate Nation for voting them the #1 pest control company in Eastern North Carolina. Pest Tech is a full-service pest control company offering a complete range of indoor and outdoor pest management and extermination services. Your experience is the Pest Tech guarantee, with a promise to deliver you results while keeping you, your family, and the environment safe. Call the best of the best to get rid of your pests. 353-4760. Pest Tech, the official pest control company of Pirate Radio.
Okay, honey, did you get those things done that I asked you to do?
Yes, dear.
Really? You cleaned the gutters?
Yes, dear.
And replaced our HVAC system?
Yes, dear. Doing it right now.
Really?
I called Delcor. They got us a brand new HVAC unit for just $120 a month. And for only $30 more a month, we got the Delcor service plan that covers preventative maintenance and repairs for 10 years.
Go to DelcorInc.com for a new HVAC system from Trane. It's hard to stop a Trane. Delcor, the service professionals.
Defense!
What are you doing?
You haven't heard? Carolina Hardscapes has the best defense in Pitt County. And you know defense wins championships.
What? No. They have the best fence company in Pitt County.
Wait, they do fencing now?
That's right. Just give them a call at 364-1201 and they'll get the job done right. And don't forget, they still do patios, pools, and mulch.
Wow, now that's a championship caliber company. Carolina Hardscapes. Enjoy the outdoors.
This is Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts, Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. We have E-Z-Go, club car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by my shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, we have you covered. We will even deliver right to you. So come see me, Brian Harris, on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. University Sportswear is your one-stop shop to help promote your business and always provide superior customer service. No matter what apparel you need for your team or customers, University Sportswear can make it happen. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. University Sportswear, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Go Pirates!
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly. Basketball season is Bud Light season. Bud Light is America's favorite light beer and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. Whether you're headed to watch a game in person or a viewing party with friends, be sure to pick up or order some Bud Light and enjoy the game. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there's fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Have fun this basketball season, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game, and please drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Go Pirates!
It's here, Pirate Nation. The Holt Naylor Show is now available every week right here on Pirate Radio. Subscribe to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube to watch the show, or find the Holt Naylor Show on the Pirate Radio podcast channel to download and listen. Stories, big name guests, what I'm up to that week, plus plenty of laughs and opinions with my best friends known as the Walk-Ons. Subscribe today to watch and listen to the Holt Naylor Show right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
There's local politics, bud.
Pirate Radio.
Mr. Gibbs, Captain, you may throw my hat if you like. Aye, aye, Captain. Hooray! I'll go and get it.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. It was a mixed day on the stock market. The Dow fell 96 points. It closed at 37,905. The NASDAQ, however, was up 65 points. At 15,425, the S&P was also up 14 at 4,864. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors Stock Market Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors at 756-6900 today in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now, back to the show.
Wrapping it up, Bryce, anything to update us on Pirate Radio Outdoors wise?
Yes, thank goodness I was able to get out there last Wednesday to duck hunt. We went out to Cedar Island with some open water hunting and was able to shoot some redheads, buffleheads, some scooters, and bluebills. So
we all know what that is.
Yeah,
right?
ducks.
Okay.
I was able to shoot some ducks. So we only have, I guess a week from tomorrow. So hopefully I can at least get one in, maybe 2 hunts. I don't know. Duck hunting's always a little tricky, but next year I'm gonna have my own rig somehow.
All right.
But yeah, so I was able to get out there.
Bryce, good to catch up with your buddy Shane. That was fun. And talk some baseball.
I know.
We had a busy hour.
We've had a loaded day.
That we have.
Tuesdays at 5.
You know what? I'm going to give you the rest of the week off.
You know what, Clip? That's great.
We'll see you next Tuesday. All right. Congratulations, Zach. He won the intern battle today. Delaney and Alex, you'll have your opportunity next week. Good luck to y'all. Shirley, we'll see you tomorrow. Sean, we'll see you mañana as well. 3 o'clock Wednesday on an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. This is Eastern North Carolina's longest-running sports radio call-in show. The Brian Bailey Show is on the air. The Brian Bailey Show on Pirate Radio is brought to you by
The Angus Grill, Bostic Sugg Furniture, Bojangles, East Coast Grading, Gavigan Insurance, Greenville Auto World, Papa John's, Greenville Utility Company, Michelob Ultra, The Rick House, Taft and Hagler, and Tiebreakers.